What's up, everybody? It's your boy Justin from Justin Paul Sports, ready live for the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears for this wild card playoff game. What a division rival we have. It's one of the oldest and most storied rivalries in the NFL, but not in the last 30 years. It's kind of been the Packers' way. But we're going to go over this game play by play, announce it in real time. Thank you for tuning in. And let me introduce one of my co-hosts. I'm supposed to have two on today. But let me introduce, ladies and gentlemen, the fantasy football strategist. What is going on? Thank you so much for joining the show. I appreciate you coming on.
Hey, what's up,
Are you
man?
there?
Excited to do this. It's going to be a good divisional game, snowy, good NFC North football.
And what's your take on the last game we just saw?
Man, I want to give Bryce Young his credit. He played a really good game. Obviously, that last ball on 4th and 10, the ball was a little bit short. It is what it is. I mean, to be fair, there's a vast talent disparity between the two teams. So they played, with every bit of their hearts this game. And it was an impressive showing. I mean, got to give it to him, and even in a loss.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being honest, the wide receivers that the Rams have with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams absolutely outshine a rookie in Ted McMillan. I mean, Jalen Coker had a great game, and another guy on the team who eats squirrels and wild game. I mean, it really just is a testament to what Bryce Young has been able to do. Steadily climbing. I mean, was almost labeled a bust by many of the haters out there, but they just wanted to hate on him because he went to Alabama, won the Heisman Trophy, won the whole thing. But obviously showed, that in spite of them having a losing record and getting into the playoffs, that nonetheless they were going to get the job done. Went out there and really showed they can hang. I think that the trend is up in Carolina. And I think that they potentially next season could absolutely be candidates to repeat as the NFC South champions. That's Bobby and I's one of our favorite division rivals because it's just you never know what you're going to get going on there. What about you? What's your take on the NFC South? Any real quick, any dynasty guys you like coming in next season off that team? I mean, obviously Bryce and Tet, but what else is going on there? What's your take on the running back situation?
So Rico Dowdle's unrestricted free agent. So, as to whether he stays or leaves is anyone's guess at this point. He could try to look for greener pastures where he might be able to secure a starting running back role. The incoming running back class, from the four players in which I've scouted, and I could be open to there being more potentially good running backs, but I don't think the community thinks this is a particularly good class. Isn't particularly deep, although it is a pretty good free agency class with a couple of decent players potentially there. So he may end up wanting to resign and kind of do a split backfield thing here, or maybe some team commits to him as an RB1.
Maybe there's something that they find in the draft. I mean, that kid out of Arizona State looks like he's pretty good. You can find him a little bit later in the draft. We just don't know what we're going to do. But you are watching the game via Amazon Prime, correct? So we have kind of the same feed at the same time.
Yep.
All right. So I know a lot of fans are really excited to see Kirk Herbstreit and Al Michaels call another game. I'm just kidding. They really kind of had it with them, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I'm looking forward to this. I've been waiting all week. I've been having to hear Bears fans chirp a lot. I mean, about how great they are. And the Packers have lost 4 in a row. They've lost since Micah Parsons' injury. They should have beat the Bears last time out, even though I know you and others were trolling, saying how Jesus Christ, Caleb Williams himself were absolutely going insane, and that's what an MVP does. But he hasn't exactly looked impressive, and I think that there's a disadvantage in this game for the Bears. Jokes aside for a minute, that they're coming off a short week, another loss to the Lions. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is out. He got his skull rocked at the end of the game. And the Packers are fully healthy. They rested everyone last week. The big claim with Trayvon Diggs coming off of waivers from Dallas. He's reunited with Micah Parsons. I think that he's going to be – I predict he's going to make a play in this game here. They don't have any film on him. At Alabama, he was known as a turnover machine. We know about the 10 interception season in Dallas. Gives up a lot of yards, but I think sometimes if you're in a situation where you're not happy – just a change of scenery can do it. They were the only team, the Packers were the only teams to put a claim on Trayvon Diggs. And with him and Mike are really close, I think that's going to benefit. Hopefully the Packers keep him long term because I don't know what they're going to do with some of the other positions. They're really thin at corner and they don't have the draft capital to exactly step into find an elite player.
Yeah, and you mentioned Diggs. I think Nashawn Wright for the Bears is a similar type of player that could be a potential X factor for them. He also gives up a lot of yardage, but does force a substantial amount of turnovers. So I think
Yeah.
both of those players could be good kind of X factor players. Players maybe perhaps I guess that you wouldn't expect to particularly make a big play in this specific game, but I think have the opportunity and shown that they can do so.
I'm curious. I'm excited. What's your take? I don't know if I asked you this already. Who do you think wins this game and why?
So I do think that the Bears are going to win this game. I think that the
Yeah.
snow, it depends on how bad the snow really gets, the conditions on the field. But I do think in a game in which it could potentially get really sloppy out there, I do think that the Bears' biggest strength is their run game. So and now the Packers, even without Micah Parsons, are absolutely no joke on defense. And one stat is, I believe, all basically all but a couple of seconds of each one of these first two games, the Packers have been in the lead for.
Yeah.
Um, so I definitely can understand maybe the general public, and I definitely understand the betting giving the edge to the Packers in this one. Makes sense. They've been leading basically, even though it was 1-1. But I do think that in these sloppy conditions, I think the Bears' rushing attack is their greatest strength, and I think they're probably going to try to do that, and I think they're going to pull out a win here. I do think it'll be close and low scoring between the two teams, though.
All right. Just a moment. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm going to have to refresh. Don't leave the studio, okay?
Gotcha. What's up?
I was just having some issues there. It just a little bit of glitch. Just want to see if that works. And it looks like it's not. So hang tight. I'm going to do a quick reboot. I'll be right back, but stay in the chat. Hang in there,
All
folks.
right.
I'll be right back.
What's up, everybody? I can't actually see the chat, so if you're asking a question or something, I'm not going to be able to answer. But I do think that this is going to be a close game. I think the run game is going to be important for both teams, especially if the conditions get to the point where the passing game for either team, or it would probably affect both teams, the same, would both be impacted. So I definitely think that the team that runs the ball better this game and the team that commits less turnovers is definitely more likely to win this one.
All right. I'm going to try this one.
Are we good this time?
Now it looks a lot better. Yes. All
Good.
right. Let me pull up the Prime Video feed. So just a second here. That always happens too when I enter StreamYard. It like I have to restart my computer every time.
That's annoying.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was just talking about how I definitely think it'll be a close game. I think the run game will be really important for both teams,
Right.
um, especially if the conditions do eventually get perhaps so bad that passing games are affected by them.
Well, third straight year the Packers have been the 7th seed. You know they live for it. So we got 20 viewers. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Justin from Justin Paul Sports, along with the Fantasy Football Strategist. Folks, check out his channel if you're into Dynasty Fantasy Football. This man puts out content all the time, all about the rookies you're looking for, all about the values you're looking for. Absolutely fantastic stuff. I'm in a fantasy football league with him now where there's a lot of smack talking, and I've been somewhat of the pariah being the only Packer fan. Plus, I like to poke and prod. But nonetheless, we got game 3 between Matt LaFleur and Ben Johnson. They're getting ready for kickoff. Ladies and gentlemen, the wild card is brought to you by Verizon Wireless. They're not a sponsor of this show, so I really don't care. Temperature is 33 degrees. Feels like 17 degrees 15-mile-an-hour wind. The snow is coming down. I grew up outside of Chicago. I know what that weather's like. I live in Arizona now. I don't miss that weather a lick. And ready to finally get this Packers victory underway. This is good stuff. It's amazing all the years in football these two teams have never played in the playoffs.
Actually is crazy.
Caleb Williams out there licking his chops. I'm sure his mind is somewhere else, but it needs to be focused on the game right now. A lot of Bears fans in the house, obviously at home. Tickets for this game were twice as high as any other game on the wild card schedule this week. But, when there's a legacy like this, and I'm sure Bears fans are absolutely got ants in their pants. I thought they were a year away from a playoff, especially in this division, but, they had a few wins go their way, and they're leading the league in turnovers. McManus with the kick to start the game. Fielded at the 5-yard line. I can't see who that is. I'm so bad at it. And they do a fake reverse. Gets out to the 30-yard line, 32-yard line. Bears are wearing navy on navy, and the Packers are wearing white with gold pants. And here comes Fingernails himself, Caleb Williams. This is your quarterback. Tell me what it is you love so much about Caleb Williams.
So I don't think he's anywhere close to where he's going to be at. He definitely has. I would say that it's definitely a positive that he's converted, taking all the sacks into having having a much larger than average amount of throwaways. I do think that that's better. I do think he could become better at deciding when to try to throw down the field or find something or just continue scrambling versus just throwing the ball away to avoid a needless sack.
First play of the game. Sorry, interrupt you there. First play of the game. Inside give, DeAndre Swift. And Rashawn Gary made a play, folks. He hasn't made a play since the Clinton administration. Kind of nice to see him get in there and make a tackle.
Yeah, and so I think that he definitely has the clutch gene. He has one of the best arms in the league in terms of being able to get the ball anywhere on the field that he wants, despite the arm angle. Incredible sack avoidance. So, I just think that there's a ton of untapped upside, and I do think that since he was lucky enough to be with Ben Johnson, that he's eventually going to reach that upside.
Second down, they throw a quick slant route to DJ Moore, so to be third and manageable. Romo Dunze makes his return after about a month off. I wonder how he's going to be feeling at 100%. Showing a statistic, the Bears have had no points on their last 9 opening drives, including 6 punts and 3 turnover on downs, so they are aggressive. Ben Johnson had that aggressiveness last year with the Lions. It ended up costing them in the NFC divisional. 3rd and 3 here. We got 4 wide. Loveland in motion, comes inside the block. And just your basic 3 wide out formation and shotgun. Nothing exciting. Packers only rushing floor, so the middle should be open. And that's where he throws it. It's caught by Luther Burden. Luther Burden, I thought, was an amazing prospect. I wanted the Packers to draft him over Golden. And I know that,
no kidding.
It just was, I'm obviously going to pull for Green Bay no matter who they pick, but, he's shown already in his rookie season with limited snaps what his capabilities are. I think he's the best receiver on the Bears. I really do.
I do think the two things can be true at the same time. I think Golden can still be a really good player. I think he was just in a depth chart with players who a couple of them in which I think he's better than, but I understand the Packers kind of develop rookies slowly sometimes. I still think he's going to end up being a good player, but I do think that Burden was the better player. Definitely. I understand character concerns, but he's ludicrously talented.
Caleb Williams just does one of your massive arm overthrows by about 10 yards there on the left side. That was just a horrendous throw. I don't know how you defend that. There was nobody in his face. He just has time. And might be a little bit of playoff nerves. This is your first start in the NFL playoffs. You're not going to come out fully confident. But you never know. Same formation for the Bears. This time we got Bird in motion from right to left. And it's an inside give to Swift. And he only gains about 2 yards. So it'll be 3rd and long here for the Bears. I'm not the biggest fan of first down passing. I'd like to see, when the weather's sloppy and cold like this, more of a running game. And the Bears have an absolute top 3 running game this year. David Montgomery might be a free agent. I bet the Bears might roll the dice there and just pick him up with Ben Johnson, familiar with that offense. But we'll see. It's 3rd and 8 here for Chicago. Caleb Williams out there. The Packers are showing full pressure. See if they bring it. And they do not. It's a little swing pass to Burton, who's going to get the first down. Good play call there. They ran away from the pressure. Packers dropped in coverage, but they did go left side. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Fingernails and the crew. It's a bunch formation outside on the left, but the Packers just didn't have enough bodies. Because that Diggs dropped all the way back, so there was nobody over there to
Ooh.
play.
Ooh.
What's the matter?
So I'm about 10 seconds ahead of you, I think, in terms of the game itself. So I've been not saying anything when the plays are happening and you're describing it.
Okay, well, I just
I
saw
am
Swift
watching via Prime, though.
10 yards. It's all right. I've been watching Swift just gain 10 yards. So the Bears right now are sticking it to him. I don't know how you're getting that.
Not sure, but right now it's 2nd and short. Swift's going to pitch it around. Looks like they're going to attempt to throw it, and he's just going to scramble for a first.
All right, well, I guess you know what you do have a bit of a lead there. I don't know what happened there. My feed got reset. So I'm on a big
Yeah.
time delay for some reason. But yeah, it's a
Not
reverse.
sure. I was just keeping it going while that was happening.
Cole Kmet. You just saw Cole Kmet already? That was Cole Kmet on a reverse. It's interesting.
You know how elusive he is as a runner, man.
Come on. Are we serious here? There's a reason why they drafted Colston Loveland.
Oh,
I mean, a reverse
100%.
Like
I comped Colston Loveland to Travis Kelce, man. He's going to be really good. He's going to be really good.
Loveland's a good player. So it's 3rd and inches at the 32-yard line for the Bears. This is obviously a run formation, so I'm sure they'll do something goofy. No, they actually ran the ball up the middle, so
yeah.
Manungai.
Going to be important if they want to win this game that they continue to do so, not try to throw.
So we're opening drive. The Bears are absolutely imposing their will. They're really missing Devontae Wyatt in there. I mean, the Packers, are missing 3 elite players, 4 elite players. Micah Parsons is out of there. Wyatt's out of there. Kraft went on IR. And they don't have Zach Tom is not starting tonight. So that was tried some foolery there. And Luther Burden on an inside trap, fake toss right. Whatever the hell you want to call that. Ridiculous play. But it's 2nd and long here. So you're ahead of me, huh?
Approximately 5 to 10 seconds, yeah. So
okay, that's crazy.
Let's not give things away. I won't say anything about what's happening.
Boy, you're giving the host of the channel some grace here. So, does your viewer count? Oh, you can't see it over there. It's not on your channel. Or can you see it in the studio? It still shows 3. It shows 3. I must have lost a bunch, but that's all good. We're having a good time here. 2nd and 14 from the 27-yard line for the Bears, and they do an inside handoff there to DeAndre Swift for a couple yards. It'd be 3rd and long again. Be 3rd and 12. So we'll see what happens here for the Bears. They've already taken off, 6 minutes.
At least they'll be able to break that streak of no points, hopefully for them.
Bears coming out hot. Yeah, they're coming out steady, that's for sure.
Assuming they don't do something bad here.
Well, it's the Bears. It's very possible. It's unpredictable what Fingernails will do.
There's that Packers bias we love. There's that Packers bias.
Oh, and it's a completed pass to DJ Moore. He gets the first down, so they are just, imposing their will. You hate to see it.
Ooh.
You hate to see it, but I've got a. Why are they hurrying? Are they thinking that there's a drop there? What's the hurry?
Oh, they're not going to leave it up to chance.
Caleb's got all day in the corner, and it's incomplete to Romo Dunze. I passed a little bit high. I tried to one-hand it. Over every Packers' favorite secondary player, K'Zion Nixon. Just kidding. Packers fans are through with that dude. But he did make the game-winning interception against Chicago in the first matchup in Green Bay to win the game. So
you got to live and die by your guys. It happens.
Yes.
You're going to have good plays and bad plays.
Yep.
It was a tough catch he forced. I mean, he committed PI. It was a crazy catch. So, I mean, it's not like he just got absolutely toasted or anything.
2nd and 10, inside handoff to DeAndre Swift, gets about 7 yards, so it'll be 3rd and short. A 3rd and medium. Bears are inside the 10-yard line. We're halfway through the first quarter on the opening drive. The Bears are doing what they should be doing with the run. That is their strength. They should not deviate from this because that is what they do best. 14 plays, 60 yards, 7 minutes, 30 seconds of this drive. Exactly half the first quarter has been the Bears just converting on third downs. Nothing crazy with the play. I mean, they tried goofy play calls, but it hasn't worked. So I think the Bears still need to stick to kind of more of a traditional offense. Especially on the opening drive, Packers show blitz and they don't come. But Caleb's got all day to throw back there, and he throws it, flicks it. And it's incomplete, so I'm assuming it'll be a field goal attempt here for the Bears.
Yeah, they definitely should kick a field goal, 100%.
You don't want to leave points on the board on the opening drive. So Caleb Williams cannot get the job done. So instead, they're going to bring out Santos. Wind is showing the American flag, and on this channel, we believe in America. We believe in land of the free and home of the Whopper. So looks like the snow's let up, but it's still cold.
Yeah, it was like 33, so technically just a little bit over.
It is right off Lake Michigan there. Kick is up, and it's easy money. 3 points for Chicago.
Super accurate.
So all that, you went all the way down the field. You had enough time to file your fingernails, and you couldn't get in the end zone. That is craziness. So the Packers hold. That's a hold for me. You go all the way down the field like that and keep them to 3, wasting time. That's inefficient. That's not MVP.
Honestly, you better hope the Bears get to a lead, because if you guys get into a situation where you're leading, you know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen? I want to hear it. Tell the fans, tell the crew. What's going to happen?
So what's going to happen is he's going to not play well or play really inconsistently.
Yeah.
For, sometimes it's the first half, sometimes it's the first 3 quarters. It just depends on the sample size of game you're looking at. But he'll be down by multiple scores, then he'll start playing perfectly, and you guys will lose at the very end while committing PI on defense.
Oh, man. What a take. What a take. That's all right. I love to see it.
In all seriousness, though, it's good the Bears finally found a way to actually score in the first half of the game. You got to give them props. It's a new feat for them.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a playoff team, and, they won the North. They're kings of the North. They're not going to fool anybody next year with that first place schedule. They've already released the schedules for next season. I don't know if you've seen that.
Dude, it's rough.
Yeah, they got the tough one. So, we'll see if you're
not making the playoffs next year. No way.
Oh man, it's speaking of the playoffs, it's unfortunate. I know this isn't NFL related, but I had a hot take at the beginning of the year about Texas not making the playoff or winning the SEC last year. And they did not do either one of those things, but they've got so much experience on that team going into next year that I think Texas might win the national championship. You heard it here first. I hate to say that as an Alabama fan. Alabama lost a ton of players, so they may not make the playoff next year. I've got to see who shows up and all that stuff. But this isn't college football right now. This is NFL Wildcard. They're showing the highlights of the first game. Look at look at it. Did Caleb Williams, great job on the onside kick, Caleb Williams. I mean, Caleb Williams won that game, remember? So.
And if Romeo
right
Dobbs
there,
could
good throw.
Brought back Brandon Bostic vibes.
We are not fans of Brandon.
I don't know why he went not insured by Allstate.
It just more like Butterfingers. He's a pariah in Green Bay too. He's still not as bad as Martellus Bennett. They hate that dude in Green Bay, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, that family.
Ball. It's taken by Nixon, and he gets out to the 27-yard line. There's penalty markers everywhere.
Yeah.
And the Bears are pushing people around, shoving people around. They're excited. Did he fumble the ball? Or are they just excited for a tackle? Uh-oh. We got a spammer in the chat. Sorry, MJ Waxy. What's the penalty?
It's going to be on the Packers.
Yeah. So not a good start for Green Bay. but there was no turnover. The Bears were acting like they won the Super Bowl on that tackle. That's crazy. So here comes Jordan Love. Did not play the last 2 weeks. Had a
Smack-a-made it
concussion.
in his son.
Yep. Everybody's healthy. Josh Jacobs said this week that this is the healthiest he's felt all year, but they are going to miss Zach Tom, so we're going to have to keep an eye on 77 for the Packers. He's been bullied out there. He's definitely the weakest link, but Montez Sweat is going to give him a hard time out there. So that's the matchup I'm keeping my eyes on the most. So 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Josh Jacobs, single back formation, 3 wide out. Reed goes in motion from right to left. They give it to him on the jet sweep, and he seals the corner. He seals the edge. He gets the first down and puts Jawan Brisker on his rear end. And now
Them
Brisker's
giving
smothering.
Jaden Reed a touch. Could you imagine utilizing your best receiver?
You think he's the best receiver?
100%. He is. I think he is. I think Christian Watson might be their best receiver, but I think it's still really dumb that they don't give him more touches in space. I mean, he's incredible with the ball in his hands. I know he gets injured a lot, so I get that. But how does he go a whole game with like 3 to 4 touches? What?
Look, everybody's healthy now, and he had like 2 surgeries when he got hurt. So
I just dude.
Back to pass, throws, that was on the money to Watson, but he drops it. Jalen Johnson on the coverage. I want to get another look at that because it looked like that should have been caught.
It'll be interesting to see how you guys do on 3rd downs on the road here.
Well, we haven't run the ball yet, so
that's a sign of good things to come, huh?
You know I talk about Alabama a lot, but their inability to run the ball made me scream bloody murder. But the Packers can run the ball. That's a difference. Like, Alabama cannot run the ball. Single back formation, that's like a tight bunch. Reed in motion from right to left or left to right. And they're passing again. Love looking to the right side. And he's got Luke Musgrave for 9.5. Remember, Luke Musgrave was drafted ahead, 2 rounds ahead of Tucker Kraft. And I think injuries are what cost him his starting spot. I mean, the dude has receiving ability out of this world. I wasn't
real vertical threat.
Yeah, I wasn't completely devastated when Kraft went down because I knew Musgrave's ability, and we need to see it. He's been pretty good, and he just needs the reps. And there he is, Jordan Morgan on the right side. Remember what I said? He's starting for Zach Tom. He's the top draft pick. 3rd and 1 for the Packers. Looks like almost 2. Single back Jacobs. Bears are hunched on the line. Play action to Jacobs. Love's got all day. Throws a nice ball right on the money to Romeo Doubs and gets inside the 30-yard line. So great play call to the Guardian cap. 1st down, Green Bay. Let's get this going.
You guys are turning into the 2025 Cardinals with Brissett. Averaging 50 passing plays a game here, it looks like it's going to be.
Man, he just cooked Jalen Johnson. We call that dude toast. Let's see what Morgan does. I'm glad they're showing him. So Morgan's getting help. Got Sweat, though. Get the hands up. Good job. Single back formation again. Are they going to run the ball? God, I hope so. Toss left to Jacobs. Gets outside. Gets 11 yards. Gets a 1st down. So the Packers get in the red zone a lot faster than the Bears do, which doesn't surprise me because Jordan Love's a much better quarterback than Caleb Williams, regardless of what my colleague here says. I firmly believe it.
You said he's what?
I think he's substantially better than Caleb Williams. And I'm not saying that because he's a Packer and he's a Bear. I didn't buy Caleb in college, like I said. When he was struggling against Utah and struggles against elite defenses, I just can't buy the hype until I see it, And they beat one good defense in Philadelphia this year. He's got to do it more consistently.
I don't think you're crazy for thinking that Jordan Love is a better quarterback right now than Caleb Williams, but I think you're extremely biased against him. And about as biased as I've ever seen somebody be.
Ever?
Yeah. You're about as biased as I've seen. Which doesn't mean, there's legitimate criticisms. He's really inaccurate at times. It's due to his footwork not being synced up. He's learning a new offense this season. He's actually been substantially better the past 4 or 5 weeks, actually. Obviously, he's turned around the sack rate. Now he throws the ball away too much, but I still think that's an improvement from where he was at, but still a legitimate criticism. But, I just think was dealing with offensive coordinator that had no idea what he was doing, but he had the Seahawks playbook
Yeah.
last year.
Well, you know who was running the
Essentially.
quarterback for the offense for the Seahawks last year, right?
Yeah, it's one of them. I mean, it's the McVay, or it's like it's a really complex offense that, and the offensive coordinator Shane Waldron doesn't understand how to actually utilize it.
Yeah.
I just thought that it was funny. You're seeing a similar thing with Trevor Lawrence now that he doesn't have some of the worst head coaching I've ever seen.
2nd and 5. Jacobs has 3 carries for 19 yards. He is out of the game right now and is a toss left RPO to Jaden Reed, and he gets a couple yards, so it's going to be 3rd and about 3.
Shout out to
Golden
Jaden Reed,
Butler.
man. We love Jaden Reed.
The Packers have 4 wide receivers active. Dobbs, Watson, Golden, and Reed. But they're bringing in Musgrave
a lot
here.
of heavy personnel, I'd imagine then. More 12, 13 potentially.
We'll see. I mean, the Packers are pretty efficient at running the football. That's their strength. I'd give it to Jacobs here. He is one of my favorite Alabama all-time players, and when Green Bay signed him, I was over the moon. They're going heavy. But it's Wilson's and they're not Jacobs. And they fake it to Wilson, play action rollout right to Watson, who gets, and that's a touchdown! Christian Watson in the end zone. Fingernails couldn't get the job done, but Jordan Love gets the job done, takes him, marches him right downfield, and punches him right in the face. To hell with the Bears.
Bias we love. There's that bias.
Who got 6 and who got 3? You took 45 minutes to go down the field and ended up with a field goal.
The problem is you're playing right into what the Bears need. You're getting a lead.
24 got cooked. 24 bit on the play action, and it cost them a touchdown. Lay down.
Ooh, we got Brisker for the Bears down with injury. That's an important injury. Oh, is it not? I believe it's Jaquan Brisker, their strong safety. That's a big injury for the Bears. They're decimated with injuries as it is. That's a big hit.
Oh man,
that's a big hit.
Well, I hate the Bears, but I do not want to see Brisker injured, folks. I got 3 viewers here. A little confession. My youngest sister is getting married, and her fiance, they live in Florida, and they got on a plane, and they tailgated at the Bears game today. They're at a playoff game, and I'm absolutely going to be Raider when the Packers win the game. I just got to say that you're going to fly from Tampa to Chicago intentionally and tailgate in the cold just to watch them lose. That's some masochism. That is depravity, folks. But that's what happens when your quarterback files his nails. I mean, you're just going to kind of do that stuff. You get what you pay for,
Yeah, you get a comeback victory.
Atticus says, love that drive, that dime to Dobbs. That's right. This is a Green Bay Packers channel, but 95% of the time it's fantasy football. But, if the Packers win, they go on the road to Seattle. You think they can handle business up there? Brisker's up, so he looks okay. He might have
they could definitely beat Seattle. They could. That's a tough game, though. That's a really tough game.
Well, they got a 1-2 punch with Walker and Charbonnet, and JSN is a nightmare for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. So
you just got to get pressure on Darnold. If you can do that consistently throughout the game, you got it. Just got to get pressure on Darnold, and he will turn the ball over.
So I got a question for you when we go to commercial here, fantasy commercial. Or a fantasy question. Packers line up for the extra point, and McManus gets it in. 7-3, Green Bay leads in Chicago. 2 minutes, 6 seconds. Both teams have had the ball, but only one team could score a touchdown. The other one fell up short. Maybe if you cut your fingernails too short, that's a little bit of toughness off your hand. But here's the fantasy football question for you. All right? If you've got the 1.1, who are you taking? Is it Jeremiah Love, or is it Fernando Mendoza, or is it somebody else? Who are your top 5 picks and why?
So I think if you're selling your 101, if you're selling your – what's up?
It's a super flex. Got to clarify.
Got you. I think if you're selling your 101, anytime except the moment before you are actually on the clock, essentially while you're not already on the clock, you're making a mistake. You will get the most value you could possibly get from that pick by selling it when you're on the clock. When somebody knows that you are seconds away from picking the player that they actually want.
Yeah.
Now, if you sell that pick, I think you could do a couple things. You could try to tier down to like the 102 to 105. I think that's the end of the first tier of players. Um, you could, or you could just potentially look to get a haul of proven assets to not take the risk. But I think you take Jeremiah Love easily 101, unless he gets drafted to the worst situation ever, like Genty, and then one of these top tier receivers gets drafted to a dream situation, like the Patriots, for instance, somewhere where there's an accurate quarterback with a decent offensive system that could lead to a lot of points. So in short, my top five most likely would be Jeremiah Love 101, then Jordan Tyson 102.
Woo,
Then
Jordan.
if you're quarterback needy, Mendoza at 103. And I think Lemon at 104. And then I think Carnell Tate at 105, even though I understand that most of the dynasty community has Tate 101. Or in terms of top three, he's the number one out of the three receivers.
Right. So do you think that will that just stand regardless, or will you have an updated take when we know what the landing spots for these players are?
It will change once we have landing spots. I think Carnell Tate is the worst out of the top three receivers for fantasy production, just due to his style of play. I think he's
Yeah.
going to play an X receiver. He needs to go to a place with a good quarterback if he's going to be successful there. If I'm wrong and he is deployed as perhaps a Z or more of a slot, which I don't think would happen, but if it did, then he'd be good there. But I think that any of these guys could drastically rise or lower their, or in terms of where I think that they should be drafted based on the landing spots and the overall draft capital.
Man, listen to that analysis. That's why he's the king. He is the fantasy football strategist. Thank you for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports. We are back, and the Packers have kicked the ball off. It is taken and out to about the 30-yard line by, I can't see who it is. I hate that I can't see who it is on these kickoffs, on these angles. Caleb Williams, 35th straight start, longest streak by a Bears QB since Bob Avellini from 1975. Folks, I was born when Bob
It's
Avellini was
sad.
quarterback. They still
It's
haven't had a
sad.
4,000-yard passer. The Bears suck. They're just hot trash. I'm tired of hearing about this. Every so often they make the playoffs. Every time they fumble it. They may win this game, but after that, they're toast. I formation for the Bears. We got Burden in motion from right to left, and his inside handoff to Manungai, and he gets to the second level. It's a 5-yard run. It's a good, like, the Ravens had the recipe for the Packers, and that was it. When I was doing the Ravens game, they had inside run, duo run, outside tosses, nothing flashy, nothing cute, just power football, and they were able to shove the Packers around. Now, I don't think that the Bears' offensive line has the best run blocking like the Ravens do, but we'll see. The first drive, they did go down the field. So,
They're
cannot
one of the
believe,
better run blocking units as a whole.
cannot
But
believe Chicago is hosting a playoff game. Second and
I
6, offset eye. They hand it off to Manungai, and this time he gets bottled up. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage.
have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you consider the Bears season a success?
Absolutely. To go
Okay.
from what they've been, which is absolutely nothing, they made some. I'm not a fan of their GM, but they did draft good in this
He
draft.
sucks.
I liked Loveland. I liked Burden. It was good to sign Thuney. They've improved the offensive line. Was a disaster last year. And they're winning football games, which changes the culture. It's third and 5 here. Packers showing heavy blitz. Let's see if they bring it. Burden in motion from right to left. It's man defense going on out there. Quay Walker gets back there, and he's harassing Caleb Williams, who probably likes that. And he throws a dart to DJ Moore, but it's short, so it'll be 4th and 2. But like I,
There's the
like I was
homophobia.
saying, it is a success. I'm going to say this for everybody when it comes to football. Everybody
Mhm.
likes to define success by you just win the Super Bowl or it's nothing.
Yeah.
I'll get to my point in a second here. So it's 4th and 2, and we're getting the Ben Johnson special. They're inside their own 40-yard line. We're going to see if they actually run the play. Caleb, it's single back formation. Manungai. Bears are looking heavy on the left side. Loveland in motion from left to right. And they're trying to get him to jump, but that's the end of the first quarter. No penalty flag. Looked like 96 jumped there, but didn't go past the line of scrimmage. He just flinched. So here's my take. What's a successful season? A successful season is making the postseason. That's a successful season, period. I don't care if you go one and done. You made the playoffs. You're one of the top caliber football teams. Every team wants to make the playoffs. Nobody wants to be the Jets. Nobody wants to be the Cardinals. These bottom dwelling, basement dwelling football teams, year in, year out, constantly in the stink, constantly in the suck. A successful season is making the postseason, period. Then you want to build on it. Like, I don't care what sport it is. I do not care. You made the playoff. You were good enough. You had a good enough season to show that you belonged with the contenders, right? Everybody thinks that it's just Super Bowl or nothing. Well, yes and no. I mean, you obviously want to win championships, and I think people were spoiled by Tom Brady doing so well and setting the standards so high, and he made it look so easy. And that's nearly impossible to do. It's impossible to do that. Winning the Super Bowl is hard. Winning a national championship is hard. It is. There's a reason only one team can do it. You know what I mean? Like, to say that, like, would you consider the Panthers season a success?
I think it's important to think about where teams are at and what the expectations are, and it's a little
Right.
bit more nuanced. I think it can differ for differing teams. I think if you are in a Rams build, if you're not winning a Super Bowl right now, you're losing. I mean, that's just what it is. You have an aging Stafford. You're in a window of trying to compete right now. Whereas I think, with the Panthers and Bears, you can look at it from the perspective of, hey, you guys actually made the playoffs. And, if you won a game, you actually won a game. So, I think through different lenses, you can think of things as either a good or a bad season. Just depends. I think
Got a Bears.
ultimately, if you're not winning a Super Bowl, you should try to be the number one pick. I think that's ideal.
We got a Bears
Theoretically.
fan in the house. Shout out to Rick, but Rick, not a
Shout
Bears
out to
channel,
Rick.
folks. This is not a Bears channel, Rick. I'm sorry to say that, but I do hope you like and subscribe. So that's cool, man. I love it. I want that in here. Please engage. Please like and share. One night I ran this and I had 100 something viewers at one time. It was for that Ravens Sunday night game, but I thought I would have more for a standalone game. It only shows I got 4 viewers. But nonetheless, thank you for tuning in to this NFC wildcard match. I've got 3 games on the books tomorrow. Real quick, who do you like tomorrow in those games? We got Jacksonville, Buffalo, or Buffalo, Jacksonville. Well, let's get to that. We'll come back to the game. We'll do a little preview here. So it's 4th and 2. Looks like the offense is still on the field for Chicago. I personally think that Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell have ruined coaching with this kind of nonsense. You're doing it inside your side of the field this early in the game. This is not
Are
far
they?
enough.
Hmm.
Like, you better get it. Like, it's so risky to do this shit. Trips
Bit
left for the
inspiration, yeah.
Bears. See what they do here. See if they actually snap it. I don't think they're going to, but we'll see. Loveland in motion. They do snap the
Okay.
ball.
Oh
And
my goodness.
Caleb Williams throws right down the middle of the field, and he does connect, so it paid off. But, man, is that
Man, if
risky.
he had those fingernails too long, it might have affected the pass. Could have been incomplete.
Well, it's a
I think
good
he
thing he
fouled him.
polishes his nails. All that nail polish maybe just to give him a perfect spiral on that throw. It was right on the money to DJ Moore. He had plenty of
Helps with
time.
aerodynamics. What can you
Yes,
say?
absolutely. He's a Lee Presson kind of guy. He beats the double coverage right there and gets to the right side of the field. Man, it's a good throw. Right on the money. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Full house backfield.
Man, look
And
at that spiral.
give to Swift, who cuts left, but he gets taken down in like a inverted chokehold there, but gets tackled. Nothing illegal about the tackle, but
Probably should have thrown a flag or 10.
like I said, I hate going for it on 4th down. See right there, he's filing his nails and he throws a perfect dart. That's a good throw to DJ Moore, who gets in the hole in the zone. It's just a great throw, but he's got no pressure. They're missing Micah Parsons on those plays.
Yes, they are.
Single back formation it's like a not single back, it's like an offset, and they do a fake toss, but then screen it the other way to DJ Moore, who falls down. So now it's third and 6. See, like, plays like that I don't like. I mean, I don't know what it is. You're doing too much to try and gain
Trying to
yards.
do misdirection. Just get the team defense going one way, you go the other. Sometimes it works. Sometimes,
Like, I don't like how the Packers run some of those orbit play action, like orbit formations. I'm not a fan of at the professional level. I think you can do it more in college, but that's when you got the running back running around in a circle like this, and then you fake and
Yeah.
go this way and that way. It's just too much time. The NFL got too much time for that. Now it's single back, heavy formation for the Bears. Simple inside run to Monunga, who gets met by Edgerrin Cooper and Quay Walker. No gain,
Questionable
so it'd be
play
4th
call.
down. Do you go for it here?
They
I'm sure
will.
he will. Like he's just looking at the play sheet. He's like, this play is going to be called pedicure left, so we'll see if he gets the job done. So the Bears, without hesitation, Romo Dunze on the right side. Monungai is in the backfield. Burden motion from left to right. Two men in
Gonna be
motion
a
at the
happy
same
boy.
time. They better reset. So now they got trips left. 4th and 6 for the Bears at their 40-yard line. So it's on the cusp of going for it, I guess. This time Caleb Williams get pressure, and he throws an interception, which should have just dropped the ball because it would have been the ball. That's 30-yard loss. It's almost like a punt, but Caleb Williams throws the pick. What do you say about his fingernails on that throw there, Bears fan?
I think your worst nightmare is coming true. You guys are going to have a lead. That's not good for you. You should be hoping to be losing right now. You'd have a better chance of
Valentine
winning this game.
with the pick. I disagree with that sentiment. I always want the lead. Caleb Williams is like, oh no. Hey, you did that, buddy. Once
I
again, two
actually
drives.
think he's pretty tough. He got sacked 68 times and didn't miss any time due to injury. How's Jaden Daniels doing? Interesting.
Well, I'll say this: like I traded Jaden Daniels away, and I've made some serious dynasty moves in this offseason. I was in last place. I had 27 firsts. Right, did a full rebuild, and I've traded away half of them, and
No.
I've acquired a
Why?
bunch. Well, I got Jamar Chase, Jameer
That's
Gibbs,
good.
and
That's
Taylor.
also good. Okay, how many you had 8 and you sold 4.
Yep. But I've
And
also
you
so I'll give you the team. This is my pay
yeah,
league.
yeah.
I'll give you a quick rundown here of what my team is. All right. So my dynasty lineup for I call it my main league because I paid money for it. So I got Jordan Love. So I traded Jaden Daniels to get Jordan Love
Low end
because
QB1. Nice.
Jonathan Taylor,
Elite
Jameer
RB1.
Gibbs.
You should sell Taylor if you can. If somebody will buy him, sell him immediately.
Well, I just bought him because I had nothing.
Ooh.
I had
Yeah.
nothing. I'll get rid of one of my firsts for him. So Taylor and Gibbs, and then my wideouts is where it's kind of thin because I got Jamar Chase,
Yep.
Christian Watson, Chris Olave, and Luther Burden. My tight ends are Kyle Pitts, Harold Fannin, and my other quarterback is Cam Ward. And then after that, it gets really thin. I've got Jalen Coker, Elick Aominer. I mean, I've got nothing. So my depth is lacking, but I've still got a gang of firsts for the 27 drafts, which is going to be loaded. So I might be able to pull a king's ransom there. But that's enough for me to
Yes.
contend and have youth. I don't have any really aging assets on the team. I think Taylor will still be good for another 5 or 6 years. I think he'll be like Derrick Henry. I don't see him breaking down.
So my argument is specifically for next season, just actually next season in particular. He had a really high touch count, and historically, running backs that have a touch count as high as he has typically get injured or just underperform the next seasons historically. That doesn't mean every player will, though.
1st and 10 from the Packers at their own 13-yard line. While in motion from right to left, they give it off to Jacobs. Gets inside and barrels his way for about 9 yards, 8.5, well, 7 yards. Folks, my math ain't mathing right away. I'm enjoying an adult beverage, so cheers.
Same.
Fantasy
Cheers.
strategist. Attaboy.
Real men drink.
Can't believe the Panthers lost that game, man. That sucked. They're showing Caleb Williams. He's probably looking for a fella in the crowd. 2 earrings in his ear, licking his lips. I don't know what's up
He's
with that guy.
mad. That's for sure.
Throwing a fit. All right. Jordan Love, 2nd and 3. Watson in motion from right to left. And they give it to Jacobs again. I like this formula. He busts a tackle, gets to the left side, and gains about 15 there. Josh Jacobs is an animal. I'm telling you, man, like at Alabama, I thought he should have
Yeah.
got more carries than Damian Harris and Najee
Yeah.
Harris. It just
Dude, nobody
was.
talks about that. That's like a really odd thing to just randomly, I get it, but like that is a fact, and nobody talks about that.
It's interesting because Damian Harris was a machine. He would
He was
break off
good.
like 70-yard runs. It was ridiculous. Single back formation for the Packers, play action pass. Love gets pressure and he's sacked, but he throws it away. I don't know if they're going to call that a fumble. It's not
With a
grounding because
Bears
the receiver
injury.
is in the area.
You got a
What they
Bears
call
injury
it?
to somebody on their defense.
So it's incomplete 2nd and 10. They're showing the replay here. It looks like that Sweat, I think, is the injured player.
They're going to cut to a commercial play or to a commercial.
So Love did get the ball away. And there was a player in the area. But
yeah, no flag.
Josh Jacobs is close enough to where.
Yeah,
but I think that's
he's
Sweat
close.
that's injured. But all right, so let's get a preview tomorrow. Buffalo hosts the Jags in the morning game. Folks, I do sports betting on this channel. It's all for entertainment. My free play tomorrow is the Jaguars money line. I think they beat the Buffalo Bills, who have been wildly inconsistent. Weather's going to be beautiful. It's the first of 3 games tomorrow. What says you?
So as far as that individual matchup between the Jags and the Bills, I do think the Jags pull it out. I think the Bills really need to get Josh Allen some help in the receiving core, tight end room. I think Kincaid is a solid receiving option when he's healthy. He's just not been. Dawson Knox is a backup level tight end. Makes sense. That's why he's the backup. But you got Shakir, who I think is a solid slot. Not a lot of help out wide. He's working with nothing but James Cook and a good offensive line. I think the Jags win this game, and I think they're one of the most dangerous teams in the playoffs because Trevor Lawrence, now that he doesn't have some of the worst coaching in the entire NFL, is looking as good as he actually is. He's a really good quarterback, despite what public perception of him has been.
Sounds good, sounds good, sounds good. What a first quarter here. I really think that, the Packers, the money line was on the Bears early. The money was there, and the line moved towards Green Bay. Really, honestly, I'm being unbiased when I say this. I really like the matchup for the Packers being healthy and the Bears electing to play their starters last week and losing their last 2 games. I think that does a little something for you. I don't think that Matt LaFleur has any job security issues. The dude is a winner, and I think the Packers would be foolish to move on from him. And I think that the team's going to rally around him. They want to win here. I'm really hoping that they get Trayvon Diggs or keep Diggs. I really hope they keep him. Of course, I'm going to want them to keep these Alabama players because the Alabama players in Green Bay are great. Josh Jacobs, Xavier McKinney. Those
Ooh,
guys are pulling out. Give me Diggs. I'll take what I can get with these Crimson Tide players out there, but that is biased on my end. But I did
they
think
have
that
a
they would.
card out.
I thought the game plan would be make Caleb Williams throw the ball. Don't let them run the ball. And since that first drive, Caleb Williams throws the pick. So it's
They have a card
it's not.
out for
Oh, he got
Edwards,
the
I
air
think.
cast on his leg.
Yeah,
So
TJ
it's
Edwards.
TJ Edwards' season likely over.
Dude, their
That's not.
whole defense is hurt. Like their whole defense is out. This is insane.
Has his hands in his head. I think he knows. They've got an air cast on his leg.
Yeah.
If it was a gruesome injury, I don't want to see it again, but that's a big loss for Chicago. If I'm the Packers, what I'm going to do on this drive is simply run at that spot now. You got
They
a
don't
big
have any
hole.
linebackers left. That's what you
Yep.
should do. If you don't do that, you are not doing the correct play calling.
Yep. You got to exploit when somebody happens. It's unfortunate. You don't want to see injuries, especially ones like that can really hinder him. Knee injuries are never good, I'd rather you get knocked out of the game and be okay than have something like that happen. Those guys make money and stuff like that, but let's see. Oh, they are going to show the replay. Maybe it's not the worst thing that happened, but
I think it was a non-contact knee.
oh no, Watson was running the route and his foot turned.
Oh, did it?
Oh man, his ankle. Ouch. Unfortunate. Split back
Wow.
formation for the Packers. 2
Wow.
wideouts to the right, Musgrave to the left. And there's motion from left to right in the backfield and is a fake play action. So Love scrambling takes off. Does
Who hasn't been used all year?
Golden! Where have you been? Ladies and gentlemen, we got a pass play to Golden for a nice healthy gain. First down Packers, to hell with Chicago. People went and sat in this in the cold air on purpose that are Bears fans. They wanted to see.
That was an interesting route.
He's wide open.
He deliberately went in directly into the corner, attempting to make it look like a post and make him think that he was going to be outclassed for a post before breaking out to the corner. A lot of times you don't see them actually make that contact. That's actually
Jalen
really crafty route running.
Jalen Johnson getting smoked by the Golden Man. Golden Grams, baby. First down, Green Bay. Attaboy.
So what do you
Kadarius
think
Toney.
what are the chances you think they re-sign Dobbs?
I think he's gone.
I think so too.
Bunch formation left for the Packers. Semi-bunch formation. They're heavy on the left side. It's a corner blitz, and Packers hand it off inside for about 3 yards there for Wilson. So I do think, I think that Dobbs walks because the Packers are going to have to figure things out with the salary cap. There's not a lot of wiggle room with the Parsons deal. Um, but I do think Dobbs is gone. I know Elgton Jenkins is gone. Um,
Yeah.
Rashawn Gary is gone for sure. And we'll see what they do
Problem with the
there.
Love and Parsons contracts, man. You pay too many guys that much money, you don't have a lot of money.
But they're good players. Love back to pass. He steps inside and gets jacked for a sack.
Absolutely walloped, man. If he had Caleb Williams' sack avoidance and general agility, he probably wouldn't have been there. That's interesting.
General agility. General agility.
You realize that
General
Caleb Williams
agility.
is actually one of the fastest quarterbacks in the league. Like he actually has the most runs of 20 plus miles per hour. He's a top 5 player in recording 20 plus mile an hour runs across all positions. His sack avoidance is actually insane, despite some of the issues and flaws he has.
3rd and 8 for the Packers. 4 wide. Is there a false start or a timeout?
You know, it'll be interesting to see if the Packers can remain turnover free, because I think if the Bears don't win the turnover battle, I give them a 0% chance of winning this game.
Well, turnovers are a real fickle stat. It's hard to sustain it. The Bears have had an amazing season defensively. They lead the league in turnovers, and they've run a lot of good disguised defense, and that's paid off for them tremendously. That's why they're in the wild card. I mean, there's zero doubt that's why they won the North. They're showing the cart. That guys, man, they drive that cart a long way. That security guard doesn't know what's going on. You see his face? He was like, what's going on here? Random player being carted off. All right, 3rd and 8. It was a timeout. Bears fans were loud. I don't know how much alcohol has been ingested in that game, but I hope it's a lot. Pistol formation for the Packers. Love's got time, throws left, and he's got a first down to Dobbs.
Mr. Helmet.
Major Wright gets taken advantage of, so they're going to miss Edmonds at the linebacking position. The Bears are getting no pass rush.
You know, I find it interesting that more players don't wear the Guardian caps. Even if it's not a tremendous difference, I would personally, if it was me, I would take the chance I would wear it, because even if I look a little bit silly, I would rather have that much less of a chance of having another concussion personally.
Single back formation for the Packers. Love is under center, 3 wide. Golden in motion from left to right, and it's an inside give there to Josh Jacobs. He'll gain a yard. Bears are all over that one. As far as the Guardian cap goes, you know, the people who don't need it are your offensive linemen, really, because I know there's a lot of contact there, but there's not a lot of high-speed contact, really. So you're more safe to, you don't hear about a whole lot of offensive linemen getting concussions. But if you're a skill player, I can totally see it, or a defensive back when you're laying in the hits. Yeah, absolutely. Single back formation again. Love under center again. This is a 3 wide out formation. The Packers have the ball at the Bears' 18-yard line. It's 2nd and 9. And Love hands it off inside, but the Bears sniff that out for no gain, so it's going to be 3rd and long for the Packers. So back-to-back run stop for the Bears. That's good defense. There's really no other way to put it. So we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. I'm attacking the middle of the field if I'm Green Bay, because Edwards is out of the game. I'm almost certain the Bears are going to come out and cover 2. That's what you run when it's 3rd and long. You let your secondary do all the work. You let your linebackers go out there. And that is exactly the formation they're in. Cover 2 defense. 5 wide, so we're going empty for the Packers. Play clock's running out. Love back to pass. Stops, throws a nice little floater to Jaden Reed. That is a touchdown. Jordan Love
Nice
is
to see
cooking
them
these
use him.
folks.
You could be doing
What an
this every week. Just give him
what
the
an
ball.
let's go. Jaden Reed, welcome back to Green Bay. You love to see it, folks. You love to see it. Let's do a pulse check on the Bears right now. It's just a little hairy, folks. A little hairy in Chicago. Reed just cooks them. They attack the secondary. Is that Tremaine Edwards? Can't get there?
Well, they run cover two.
Dispatch.
That area of the field is exposed.
McManus for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So at the second quarter, 6:46 to go. Green Bay leads 14-3. And that's what we love to see here. We love to see the Packers. Caleb Williams, 0 touchdown passes, 1 interception, more turnovers than touchdowns. Can't get his team downfield. Jaden Reed doing the snot blow, whatever that is. I don't even know what you call that dance. I'm too old to know what the hip stuff is. What's it called? Do you know?
I Googled it a couple months ago when I saw Cam Ward do it. It was originated, I believe, in college by somebody. I forget who it was.
Paulie the Pipe. Shout out to Paulie the Pipe. Paulie's a good friend of mine. He's my gambling mentor. He's saying what's going on. Great show. Roll pack roll. Give a shout out to Paulie the Pipe. You know, it's funny because quick story. I know you don't know who he is, but Paulie the Pipe. Years ago, we were. He's a very heavy gambler. Let's put it that way. Hundreds and thousands of dollars, and we're watching a bowl game one time. It's USC against Boston College, right? And at the time, I was what's known as a mush, so I would make a play and he'd bet against it and win. I had really, really inexperienced gambling chops, but he had money on USC. I want to say it was, and they punted the football and they blocked the Boston College player into the football, and it hit his leg. And they were reviewing the play, and he goes to commercial, and he's got money, big money on it. Like, I don't remember all the details about it, but he threatened to call the president if the call didn't go his way. Like, he would have been YouTube gold back in the day for his aggressiveness for when he would watch football. Like, it is a spectacle. And I mean that with all love and sincerity, and he knows what I'm talking about. But the play ended up going against him anyway, and he ended up losing the bet, I think, that one time. But, man, it's hilarious because he would get in the zone. He would get in the zone. Like, I've got to get a game. I've got to find a way to get back to the Chicago area, go see him, and set up something where he's got a game that he's got money on and just watch him sweat. Because Big Cat ain't got nothing on him. Like, Barstool ain't got nothing on that guy. So, just funny stuff. So, thanks, Paulie, for tuning in. I appreciate it. What's your take on this game so far? What you thought it would be? What you not thought it would be?
I figured the Packers would probably have a lead. I think, I mean, it's not, is it really that surprising the Bears are off to a slow start? I don't really think that shocks too many people. And the weather hasn't been that bad as to where it's impacting either team's passing game, at least significantly enough for Jordan Love to not be relatively efficient down the field. So, you know,
they're
playing exactly how it needed to for the Packers.
They're showing the skyline. It's clear skies. Clear, beautiful night in Chicago. Cold weather. Packers getting ready to kick off. And it is 14-3. McManus getting ready to kick off for the Green Bay Packers. And they kick it all the way to the 2-yard line. That's a hell of a kick. And as that Duvernay takes it out to the 20-yard line, cuts back inside, gets to the 27-yard line. And Pedicure guy is going to come out there for his third drive of the night. Oh, man. The Bears are doing all this, all the graphics.
What are you going to do when a Packers quarterback paints his nails eventually?
Well, that ain't going to happen. But I'm a little aggressive on Ryan Williams for Alabama. I'm aggressive on him too. And he's on a team I love, and he does the same stuff. I mean, the man carries a stuffed animal to kickoff. Like, I got problems with that. Anyway, the Bears, single back formation, play action. Caleb Williams looks right, goes left, scrambles right, and he's going to take off, and he'll get about 2 yards. So there is athletic ability there. You know, I mean, there's zero doubt his athleticism can extend plays. It looked like this. That looked more like a coverage scramble, just making the best of what you can do. I still wonder what Odunze's health is like.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
He
got to
started
be a
out really
factor.
hot, man. And it trailed off after the heel injury. Then he had the bone or the stress fracture.
But he's out there. So right now you got Burden, Odunze, and Moore, and Komet single back formation for Chicago, and they just give it up to Swift, who gets gets to the second level. So it'll be third and medium for the Bears here. Got 5 minutes, 45 seconds left in the first half.
I think the biggest difference has been, besides, obviously the Packers scoring, but leading to the Packers scoring and the Bears not scoring has been a lack of explosives for the Bears and a lot of explosives for the Packers.
Well, that's a pertinent part of football. I think you got to have explosive plays to win any football game.
Yep.
3rd and 4 here for the Bears. Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift is in the backfield. Odunze in motion from left to right. And Caleb Williams has plenty of time, stays in the pocket, throws in the middle to Komet, who fumbles the football. And luckily, Odunze recovers it. Well, that could have been fatal. Odunze making a play there, recovering the football. Komet got
Shout out
jacked.
to Rome.
So,
they're it's gonna get challenged by the Packers. We'll see what happens.
that might be incomplete. That's really quick. So it's worth challenging in a playoff game.
100%. You'd be dumb to not challenge that.
That was a really good look at it, but I'd like to show it again. That's really close.
It was tough because when they showed the replay initially, it was in slow-mo, and that's not really it looks different when you do it in slow-mo. And I wasn't looking to track as to whether, all the components necessary for a catch were made. It's about to show here in a minute, though, I'm sure. I think if I had to guess, it's going to be incomplete. I don't know that he got 2 real steps in with control and then made a football move. It's tough to say.
Stressing out. All right, so here's the replay. Caleb Williams throws right on the money. Komet catches it right there, and man, does he make the football move?
I think it'll be incomplete.
Oh, there's 1 foot, 2 foot. Man, it can go either way, folks. You can't be mad at the refs for this, no matter what they call.
Yeah, that's a close one. That's a really tough call.
They've got 4th down on the board there.
Yeah, it's going to be ruled in the Packers' favor here.
So it's incomplete, and they're going for it again, folks. Let me tell you something about gambling. When you gamble like this, eventually you're going to lose. I think the Packers are going to take a timeout here. 4th and 4 at their own 32. I hope you go for it and lose. I hope you go for it and screw up here for being dumb. This is against all football principle for me. This isn't even about Bears Packers. I hate when they do this inside their own. It's the first half of the football game. You're putting so much pressure on your quarterback to make a play here. I mean, you want to say these guys are athletes. See what the Packers or the Bears do. They got 4 wide. Loveland out wide right. More, and they do snap the ball. Caleb juggles and snap, throws, and is incomplete. That's what you get. That's what you get for being dumb. That is what you get for being stupid, Ben Johnson. Go rip your shirt off. Go file your nails. Go do what you do. Get out of here. That's what cost you.
Might have taken that to the house if he completed that.
It's just, but he didn't. Like, ridiculous. Like, that's a bad snap.
He would have taken that to the house if he, man. Yeah. Good play by the Packers D lineman.
Yeah, no, it was Adrian Cooper getting his hand up, swatting the ball. He was looking for, I can't quite tell from that angle. But now you get the Packers practically in the red zone, down 14-3. Oh, yeah, Luther Burden would have got some serious yards because there was no backside help there. So
got another Bears injury. Man, they're not gonna have any starters left.
1st and 10 at the Bears 32. Inside handoff to Jacobs, and he got a lead blocker, gets outside. How about that for Josh Jacobs? You love to see it. You love to see that.
Man, you're not going to be playing against any starting defenders on the Bears soon.
Well, skill issue. I mean, get the weight room out.
Weight and health and trainer skill issue for sure. 49ers have the biggest trainer skill issue of any team I've ever seen in my life.
Chokes in big time situations, just like Lamar. Never win the big one, either one of them. Ben Johnson he's talking about. This ball game is over. It's a little bit premature, but I love to hear it. Paulie the Pipe. I am glad that you are tuned in, brother. Thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, man. I'm so glad that happened. I'm going to be insufferable at work. Let me tell you, I work with about 7 Bears fans. All of us moved out to Arizona from the cold weather, and they're all Bears fans. They really hadn't said a whole lot to me this week, but one guy I work with said he was going to put some big money on Chicago. I wonder how he's feeling about it right now. So,
Probably good because they're losing. I'd be more worried if they were winning.
well, that'd be
That's
more
not.
of
I
a
mean, that's
comfort
not even
zone.
a joke.
It's a comfort zone. If they go down 21-3, are you really going to be okay that they're losing in a playoff game at halftime?
I would feel more comfortable with them having a chance of winning if than if they were winning the game. As stupid as that might sound,
That sounds
based on
insane.
how they performed this season every single time, like
Well, nonetheless,
every single time.
I hope everything's all right with Bobby, man. It's a good thing that you filled in because I would have been doing the show by myself, which I can. But I'm just getting the notification. Chicago just went for it on 4th and 4 on their own 32. The Bears are who we thought they were. They are who
I
we
think
thought
one
they
of the
were.
biggest criticisms for Ben Johnson after this game is going to be he's going to have to answer as to why they've been so ridiculously aggressive.
Well, like I was saying before, I think that him and Dan Campbell think that they've got these big stones and they had a lot of success with it, but it's not sustainable. And I think that it's ruined the league because there are other games that I've seen all year with these coaches making these hyper aggressive decisions when it's not necessary. There was a game where the Lions were playing against uh, the Giants, or no, it was the other way around. The Giants were playing the Lions, and all they need is a field goal to go up 3 late in the fourth quarter, and they try to like, what are you doing? Don't brain your damage too hard, folks. Don't overthink it. It's okay to punt the football. Now, if you don't trust your defense, that's different. But even still, it's the first half. You shouldn't be doing this in the first half because you're digging a
Falcons,
hole.
the Falcons and Commanders, that one game in I think it was Munich, maybe I forget where it was
Yeah.
exactly. It was in overseas, and 3 separate times between the two teams they passed on a field goal, and if any one of them at any given point
No,
would have made
it,
one of those 3 field goals, they would have won the game.
it was Miami and the Commanders. It was Miami.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. It's stupid though. I
And
agree. I think if your defense isn't stopping anybody and you don't want to get it out of hand, I understand going for it, but uh, I think, yeah, I agree. The overaggression is just generally a bad idea because it can get really out of hand
but
if
this is the
you are
first
not
half of a
successful.
home playoff game. The first half of the home playoff game, and it's not out of hand yet. But if you get a touchdown here, it's going to be 21-3 Green Bay, and it's kind of like now you're really in a world of poop. So it's 3rd and 1 for the Packers here. Josh Jacobs is in there, single back formation, heavy. Heavy. I expect that to be a run left. And it goes right up the middle, and the Bears stop it. So it'll be a field goal try, but the Packers still should
Will
not
it?
have the ball this far down the field, but I'll take it. Do not
They
go for it,
going,
LaFleur.
are they going to
Don't
do
do
what
it.
you said is really dumb? Hmm.
It's an epidemic across the NFL. I'm not a fan of this. Now it's less of a risk when you're up 14-3, but I don't like it.
What?
You've seen something that I haven't. But it's
My bad.
17-3. So it
I'm
looks
not
like
going to give it away.
the Packers are going for it. That's probably a bad play. And play action right to Watson. First down. And that he leaps. And he fumbles it, but the Packers recover it. It is a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. The Green Bay Packers are up 20-3 on the road in Lambeau South, doing
Dude,
what we
that's
do.
crazy.
Ladies and
What?
gentlemen, Caleb Williams has plenty of time to leave the game. Go get his pressed on nails. Go get a pedicure, a manicure. Get your back rubbed. Get your salts. Get your bath salts. Get all whatever it is you need to do. Go pamper yourself. The
Ooh.
postseason's not for you. Go to Cancun. Oh,
Ooh. Painted on nails, huh?
painted on, pressed on, filed.
Man,
Also,
take when they show that replay, take a look at Christian Watson's head.
so they took the touchdown off the board because Watson fumbled it. So it'll be out of bounds at like the half-yard line. And Christian Watson, Jesus Christ, lands on his back like he took a power bomb. But luckily, it was recovered by the Packers. So 6 points come off the board. But Watson did go sky high, but you got to put 2 hands on the ball, man. That could have been a touchback. I mean, that ball falls in front of 3 Bears players too, but luckily Dobbs is right there. First and goal for the Packers. It's at the 2-yard line, and they're in shotgun formation, which I think is another epidemic in this game.
The
And they just run a
shotgun
quick
formation.
RPO, and it's incomplete. That was nearly intercepted. Don't be doing dumb stuff on the goal line.
I'm
Just
assuming you mean just yeah. Okay, I thought if you mean relative to where you are on the field, I thought you meant just shotgun in general. I was
no,
gonna
right
say, well, I
there.
mean,
You
sometimes,
need
yeah,
3
I get,
steps.
I get going into power formations. I get it. You know that 13 personnel.
Go under center. Just go under center. That's a risky throw right there. I know you're ahead of me. Caleb Williams vibing on the sideline, listening to Prince. All right, here we go. Second and goal for the Packers.
He has
And
better
they're
taste than that.
shotgun again. I would give it to Josh Jacobs, me personally. Bears are heavy up front. And Jordan Love does give it to Josh Jacobs, and they struggle with the handoff. So now it's third and goal because we're doing dumb stuff. You're making it complicated. Stop making it complicated.
Shout out to
I
Matt LaFleur.
formation up the middle. Like it's an RPO and he can't decide what he wants to do. He's lucky it's not a fumble.
Matt LaFleur must have rubbed off on Ben Johnson or something, man.
I don't want to hear it. Don't be giving me spoilers.
Oh no,
Third and
I'm just
goal.
saying in general.
Third and goal. Inside handoff. Heavy. Make them make a play. Matt LaFleur is going to call timeout here. So the touchdown was taken off the board, but the Packers are in prime position here. They need to punch it in and score a touchdown. Break their spirit. Break it. Otherwise, what are you doing? Man, I hope
Personally,
Bobby's
this would be a
okay.
situation where I would go for it. Ultimately, if it came to it on fourth down, as long as you don't get sacked on third down or something for a ridiculous loss. Yeah, I agree. I think. I mean, because I think worst case scenario, are you really worried about Caleb coming back in the first half of the game? I think the second half is where you have to really worry, based on what we've seen.
Well, I think that all bets are off in playoff games. I don't think necessarily all the stuff that you've had going on for you for the season, for things breaking your way. I think you get what I like to call a tight butthole in the second half, and you start really pressing and forcing things and making it really difficult. Third and goal for the Packers here at the 2-yard line. Single back formation, Jacobs. Finally, they go under center. Looks like a run heavy formation. Hand off to Jacobs. And the Bears seal in on it, but if he'd done it the first 2 times, you might get it. So it's fourth and goal.
What are
And
they
if I'm
going to
the
do? Are they
Packers,
going to break your heart and go for it?
I would go, but this is okay. Because then you're making
I'm
the
just
Bears
playing.
You're making the Bears go
Yeah.
99 and a half yards if it's 2 in the morning. 99 and a
Yeah.
half yards if you don't get this. So I
Yeah.
can live with it, but when you're doing it at your own 30-yard line, if I'm the Packers, if me personally, if I'm coaching the Green Bay Packers, I'm taking the points and going up 2 full touchdowns in the first half. I'm taking it. You can
I
get
think
more
that would be
points
smart.
here. And I would deal with all the, you were a coward stuff, but it's the first half. I'd rather be up 14 than up 11. Just my take, make you score touchdowns instead of field goals. And the Bears haven't shown anything in the first half to show that they're able to do that. They had the opening drive, and that's it. But I've learned a lot about opening drive football. I had a friend of mine, I'll never forget it. We were watching Alabama and Texas A&M, all right? And Texas A&M had 2 weeks off prior to playing them. And on the first drive of the game, Texas A&M just puts belt to ass and goes all the way down the field for a touchdown like it wasn't nothing. And he looked right at me and he goes, they've had 2 weeks to prepare for that. Now let's see what they do the rest of the game. And they couldn't do jack shit the rest of the game. And I think that's always stuck with me, that I never take the opening drive for too much of a grain of salt, because you're sticking to a plan. You're sticking to something that's going on. You're not necessarily going to be, running that efficient the whole game because everything's called on the fly at that point. So just a take. I know I've been babbling a lot, but the alcohol's flowing.
Same. Just chilling,
Attaboy.
man. It's a good game so far if you're a Packers fan.
That's right.
Potentially if you're
Yeah.
a Bears fan too, based on, once again, how things kind of shake out for them throughout the season.
Man, I was hoping the Panthers would win that game today, just because I like
Too
Bryce
short.
Young.
Ultimately, too short on the throw and too short on the field for Bryce Young. Could you imagine? He played really well, though. I got to give him a ton of credit. So did Jalen Coker. So did McMillan. I thought Chuba played well, too. Really good game. They played significantly better today than they are being good as a team, in my opinion. They really played well, and they seem to match up really well with the Rams too, for whatever
They
reason.
beat them 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, whatever it was. You
Yeah,
know,
because I mean the disparity of skill between those two teams and coaching is vast. So got to give them a
all right.
ton of credit.
Fourth down. So this is the first time I've seen that they show those next gen stats. The recommendation is toss up. Fourth and goal, 2 minutes. If I'm the Packers, I'm taking the field goal personally because I'm a little conservative in the first half, taking all the points I can get. But this would be a dagger if you score and you're making the Bears go 99 yards. But they're in shotgun formation. You know how I feel about that. Read in motion from right to left. I don't know if they're going to snap it. Plenty of time on the clock. Read in motion goes back inside. They do snap it. Love is looking. And he throws to wide open Romeo Dobbs. We get the 6. Zero questions about it. The Guardian Cap gets the 6. Caleb Williams looking for the first way out of there. All day to throw it. The offensive line has been doing a magnificent job here. Bears fans in shambles. I can't believe what I saw here. So let's look at the replay. Christian Watson and Dobbs. Christian Watson sets a pick.
I don't like man coverage there if you're the Bears against that bunch.
But look at the pick. Brisker gets caught up chasing. I mean, he is wide open. Ray Charles could see that, folks.
Yeah, and they ran a nice route combination to be able to set a pick, essentially. Good play call. Terrible defensive call, in my opinion.
1 minute, 56 seconds left to go. The Green Bay Packers are winning in Lambeau South 21-3 against the number 2 seeded Chicago Bears. They want redemption for that game that happened a few weeks ago. I'm certain of this. It just you see the fan? Man. Look at it. Shout out to
Packers offense looked more explosive than I've ever seen when Willis took over.
Look at these Bears fans. You think they regret? Look at them. Don't be sad, guys. This is what you are. This is where you're going to be next year.
I don't know why they're surprised. They've seen this for 18 weeks before they either come back or don't.
Hey, they hate the Packers, bro. They hate them with all their spirit. Look at the guy in the Rocket jersey. Like he's my age. Just don't cry, brother. Don't cry. You still got a second half of this.
He'd be the happiest he's ever been, at least since '85.
Look at that guy's in a Peyton jersey. Look at they are sad, folks. That's what you get. You waited all week for this. You're sitting out in the cold. This guy's wearing a coonskin cap. You could be at home watching on a 70-inch TV or watching Justin Paul Sports, but instead you decided to spend thousands of dollars to go to a Bears home playoff game against a team that's owned you for the past 20, 30 years. Jordan Love, how about it?
Except in week 18s of the regular season the last 2 years. Well, sorry, week 17 this year, I guess. 18 last year.
21-3. The Bears need to get at least a field goal. They have to at least try and get a field goal here. But this is on Ben Johnson, too, for making these ridiculous, aggressive fourth down calls in your own end of the field. Like, there's a lesson in there.
Yeah, he's being too aggressive. I agree.
So
I'd like to see him get Caleb out on the run more. I understand. I understand the staple of his offense is hitting the timing routes over the middle of the field. But I mean, I'd really like to see. Like I said, Caleb Williams is a top 5 player in terms of reaching speeds of 20 or more miles per hour in the entire NFL. Get him on the move. He throws really well on the run. Stop all this pocket stuff.
Well, I think it's still, mind you, this is the first year of him in this offense. And that's one thing that Bears fans got to remember. Like, it's got to develop. You don't just arrive. Trips formation for the Bears on the left side, first and 10 from the 35. 1 minute, 56 left to go. The Bears have – do they have any timeouts left? They have all 3 of their timeouts. Caleb Williams back to pass. Goes right down the middle of the field to Colston Loveland, past the 50-yard line. He gets to about the 42. So, big chunk play. That's an explosive play for the Bears, right in the middle of the field. Colston Loveland, I think, is a generational tight end myself. This was a big tight end class this year. Him and Fannin and Gadsden, but Colston Loveland's up there. He's only 21 years old.
Class, like I said, I comped Loveland to a Kelsey-style play. I think he's going to be so good, man.
First and 10. Back to pass is shotgun formation. Caleb Williams looking. He gets hit. He almost throws an interception there. Is that Kazian? No, who is that? I couldn't see the number, but he got hit as he threw it to Edrin Cooper. I think he got hit while he was throwing the ball. That's what looked like was the derivative.
He had a wide-open guy, too. Wide open.
Rashawn Gary actually getting getting some pressure there. And he does hit his hand. Surprised that wasn't a fumble. I think he does get his hand on the ball. I want to see it again here.
It'll be really good for you guys when Rashawn Gary can go to being one of the better twos in the NFL instead of being one of the worst number ones. Once you get Micah back, that's going to be a big boon. I mean, you're going to
He won't
rush
be on the team
4
next year.
and get serious pressure.
Caleb Williams back to pass, middle of the field, incomplete to Colston Loveland, covered by Quay Walker. I don't think that Rashawn Gary is going to be on the team next season. He got benched 2 games ago. He was getting shoved on the ground by wideouts. Like, it was bad.
The upside is a number 2 rusher, man. I get it.
I think that he's going to be gone because of the contract, and I think it's going to be Lucas Van Ness is going to be on the outside there.
Could be. I mean, it would make sense for, a star number 1 rookie pick to be a 4th-year breakout.
3rd and 10 for the Bears. Caleb Williams back to pass again. Rashawn Gary's getting after it, over pursues. Caleb Williams can run and get the first down here. And he does. He slides. So it'll be 4th down for Chicago. 4th and about 4. What do you do here? I take the field
You have
goal.
to go for it at this point. You can't get down more than this.
Sure, you can.
Well, no, you don't want, if you are from the Bears' perspective, let me correct myself, you don't want to get more down than this.
4th and 4 for the Bears. This is their 3rd 4th down attempt of the night. They're 1 of 3. Caleb Williams back there. They got 4 wideouts, and the Packers, I think, called timeout. They should have called that timeout 20 seconds ago. 37 seconds left in the half, folks. We got 2 viewers here on Justin Paul Sports. My guest is the fantasy football strategist with constant content. He will be joining us for day 2 of the NFL draft with my co-host, Bobby, which I don't know where Bobby is. I just hope everything is all right. It's not like him to blow me off on this. So they're showing the playoff picture.
You didn't respond.
If the Packers win, they go to Seattle, and that means that the Rams will play at Philadelphia or host the 49ers in an NFC West spicy matchup. Who do you like tomorrow in the Philly? Well, we'll get to that at halftime. We'll preview the next 2 games here. 4th and 4 for the Bears. We got Loveland on the left side and Burden. So we got Trips left, Odunze on the right. Swift is in the backfield. The Packers, it looks like they're going to rush 4. And Brenton Cox gets held up at the line of scrimmage. And it's incomplete. So now the Packers can get in field goal range and go 24-3.
Do they have all 3 of their timeouts?
No,
None?
They just burned their last one.
Okay.
Oh, look at that Bears fan covering his hand with his mitts. What do you think was going to happen? This is your daddy coming home. You ain't ready to whoop your daddy yet, son. You got lucky to win the last one, believe me.
Do we know how many yards they roughly need?
Probably 25. You're at midfield going for it every time. This is a coaching travesty. This is a coaching issue more than anything else. Not so much execution as calling these 4th down aggressive plays and not getting it done. They're 25% on 4th down. Twice they've done it in situations where they're giving the Packers a good field position. You deserve this, Bears fans. You deserve this trash. Man, if the Packers lose this game, I'm going to have all kinds of spicy clips on here for the Dynasty chat that we're in. But nonetheless, you'll love to see it Green Bay.
It's bound to happen when you overperform as a team. I mean, being realistic, if the Bears didn't have, I don't know if it was the actual easiest schedule, but, essentially top 3 easiest, who cares? It's all super easy. If they didn't get that kind of schedule, they wouldn't have been in the position that they're in. Really overachieved as a team. It'll be interesting to see if they lose this game, and it continues to be this bad, right? Where it doesn't even get close. It'll be interesting to see if Ben Johnson's, rah still has the oomph behind it next year. I think this is in a way potentially worse for their future than if they hadn't have particularly played well, because now I think the casual fan is going to expect them to make the playoffs because they made it this year. And I think that might potentially not be a good thing for him if he's not able to sustain at least some of this success next year.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Well, I'm a Ravens fan, so I don't really care that much, but I do own Caleb in Dynasty, so obviously I hope for the highest amount of success for him.
Real quick, I have a question for you. It's unrelated to this game. It's a Dynasty question. Just want your take.
Yeah.
You and I just know each other from fantasy this year, from Dynasty through Bobby. So I haven't gone through your whole library of videos, obviously, but every time you post something, I like it and comment on it, try and get you in the algo. What is your take on Caleb Johnson for the Steelers? Do you think that he's going to have himself a season next year, or do you think it's a bust? Just real quick, before we get to the calling of this here for the Packers.
So I think a common sentiment around the dynasty community is it's Aaron Rodgers. He doesn't like playing with rookies. I don't know as to the validity of that, but that is a common sentiment. Um, he didn't obviously. He received third round draft capital. That's second round and first is typically where you'd be shocked if a running back wasn't being utilized in the team. In the getting a decent snap count. Third round is where at times you don't, but more than often not, you probably at least see the field. So that is concerning. But at the same time, Jalen Warren and especially Kenneth Gainwell have been playing really well. I don't know as to their the amount of time remaining on either one of their contracts, but as far as Caleb Johnson is concerned, I thought he looked fine. I think he has really good vision, man. I think that
Hold it. Love's going deep down the right side. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there. Big play.
No, you're good. Just I think in Arthur Smith's scheme, I thought he was a really good fit. Zone run, outside zone scheme. Like he is an ideal fit for that as a prospect. So it was kind of shocking that he didn't do anything.
So the Packers on first down got a nice healthy swing route for about 20 yards and almost put it in field goal range here for McManus. On the second down there, they took a shot to the end zone. There's 19 seconds left in the first half. Packers do lead Chicago 21-3. And here we go. 2nd and 10. The Bears had the ball or the Packers had the ball at the Bears 47-yard line. Love back to pass, no pressure. Decides to scramble, take off, holds the ball, gets to the 40, gets to the first down marker with 11 seconds left. And now the Packers are in field goal range because Ben Johnson went for it. Like, this is all on Ben Johnson, all of it. I'm not blaming Caleb Williams. I'm not blaming anything else. They've deviated from the running game, and I think he's panicking as a coach. Man, look at that hole. Like, there's no reason why that was the right call for Jordan Love to just take off like that. He's not notorious for scrambling, but great play. 1st and 10 for the Packers, 11 seconds left, no timeouts left, so you have to get out of bounds. Packers have the ball at the Bears' 37-yard line. Trips, bunch formation, right? Love goes back to pass. He's looking, and he just throws it away. And I think they're going to kick a field goal. They might run one more play just to run more time off in case a missed field goal. There's no time left for Caleb Williams to throw a Hail Mary. That's my guess. Just can't get sacked here. I mean, it's kind of come back down for like the Bears should not have won that game against the Giants. Jackson Dart got injured in that game and they came roaring back to win that one. They should not have beat the Packers the last time they played. They had every bounce in their mama go that way. 2nd and 10 for the Packers. 3 wideouts. Love goes back to pass. 5-4 and just throws out of bounds again. It's just like I predicted. 2 seconds left. It'll be a field goal try for McManus. And 3 more points can potentially, I don't want to say likely, but potentially goes on the board here for the Packers, making it a 3-touchdown game in the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon McManus is coming out for this field goal try. Roll, Pack, roll. You'll love to see it. Thank you so much, Paulie the Pipe. All right. McManus lines up. 55-yard kick, so it's no walk in the park. It's a healthy kick. And there's a timeout by Chicago. But McManus gets the practice kick, so now he knows what he's got to do. That always helps. It's almost halftime here on Justin Paul Sports. It shows I have 3 viewers, and I'm grateful for the 3 viewers tuning in. I reached out to Bobby. I don't know where he's at. I was looking forward to the 3-man crew. Hopefully everything's all right. That's all I can hope for at this point. And I'm going to refill my adult beverage here at halftime.
That's right.
Flag is shown in America, whipping the wind in Chicago. A bunch of Bears fans need to go load up on some of that old style at halftime because, what do they think? We're the 2 seed and you're an underdog at home. That's a tell. All right, 55-yard field goal attempt. I hope he makes it. It's a long kick. Special teams have been a thorn in the Packers' side for ages. The snap, the kick is up and is right down. But he missed it. Hooked it left.
The hold was bad.
but that's all right. It's 21-3 at the half. Um, and the
Well, the
Packers will get
snap
the
was.
ball. The Packers will get the ball. No, he should have made that. The hold was there. Packers should get the ball to start the half. That's the only thing the Bears have really been able to cheer about. LaFleur's hair sticking up in the
I always find these interviews, regardless as to which coach it is, to be the most worthless waste of time because they don't give you anything of value. They just say, if they're losing, you just say, well, we got to play better. And then if they are winning, they just vaguely describe that they're winning and they need to keep it up. You know? I don't know.
He needs to go in there at halftime and tell them to keep their foot on the fucking gas. Ooh, pardon my language, YouTube. Don't punish
Yeah,
me for that.
you better keep that on the gas because you
I
already
mean,
know, based on how these games go, that they're going to try to come roaring back, and all of a sudden they'll just decide they want to play offensive football on Chicago's side. It's really bewildering to me, man.
well, it just is what it is.
If I had to guess as to what it is, I think it's that Ben wants Caleb to just play in the offense, and learn how to play traditional quarterback, until he can't really, they have no choice. And then he just comes out and starts coming back. If I had to guess, I think that's what it is.
Oh man, good stuff here. My sister is checking in from halftime, and she is disliking images of these Packers images going out. So, for those that don't know, I do have a wife, and my wife is antagonizing my sister, and I love to see it in those harmless ways. Nothing personal, just 6 viewers right now. Shout out to the 6 viewers on at Justin Paul Sports. Thank you for tuning in at halftime to see this Packers right now just absolutely dominating all facets of the game. They missed the field goal there at the end, but that is all right. They'll get the ball to start the second half. I think if they come out in the second half and score a touchdown, it goes up 28-3. Do you see a 28-3 being a Atlanta Falcons type lead here and the most miracle comeback that we've seen in play? Oh, 300. Wow, I shot up to 421 viewers there all of a sudden. Holy Moses, that is an all-time high. Thank you so much for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Got another grocery raid. He did this to me like the other time. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Like a grocery raid. Hell yeah, go Pack Go, baby. We love to see you guys did this for me last live stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Big time grocery raid. Let's go. Let's get
Shout
it.
out to
This is
him.
what we do here. You guys, please, hopefully, you like and subscribe to my channel. Like and subscribe to the Fantasy Football Strategist. 446. The grocery raids are hot, baby. The Packers are hot, giving the belt to the rear end to the lowly Chicago Bears. Well, we're going to grate some cheese on our hands. Yeah. Every team that's worn that stupid cheese grater, they've lost. They've lost. Every time the next game they lost. Have you noticed that? Every time they've lost. The next game they lose. Well, let me tell you something. When Chicago goes to Cancun, they can grate all the cheese they want and be back doing what they do. They can, file their fingernails or whatever it is Caleb Williams does. You can go wear your stupid hats, and you cannot be playing in the playoffs anymore. The grocery raid was awesome. Hell yeah, I love to see it. I love that. It was 446 viewers that popped in. The grocery raids are great. You know who Tom Grossi is by chance?
Dude, I love his collabs with Brandon Perna.
Oh yeah, I like the urinating
Yeah.
trade too. He does
Both of
that.
them are top tier content creators. I respect
Yeah,
both of them.
yeah,
Yeah.
respect. So we are at halftime in Chicago, 21-3. The Packers are leading the Bears as I predicted. I have got the fantasy football strategist here. Thank you so much for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports. That was just an epic jump in viewers there. That was amazing. I still got 139 hanging around, but of course they're watching Tom Grossi. I can't blame them for watching him. Dude is calling, loves the Packers, calling picks at the draft and all sorts of stuff. Great stuff. So, but thank you guys for tuning in. We're all about the Green Bay Packers. My guy here, though, he's a Caleb Williams fan, so we got to, give him a little thumbs down. But you go subscribe to his stuff, all your fantasy dynasty football stuff. He's top tier with that biometric mouse. So that was super cool, man. I love when he does that. He does that to content creators that are Packers fans. He did that. I couldn't believe I got it back to back, but that was a big shout out. 446. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they're good people, him and Brandon Perna. It's nice to
Yeah.
see people look out for other people on YouTube. We're all trying to make it here.
Well, he's close to 1 million subscribers, and he absolutely deserves it.
Oh
He's got
yeah.
the epitome of Wisconsin accent and stuff like that. So it's really cool stuff, man. But I'm a little more, I think, aggressive on my calls about the Packers than he probably is. I know he's a little more family friendly, but he's a big Packers fan, and just that's just what you want to see. That's looking out for the community here. I'm just a small time content creator, just trying to get to 300. How many subscribers do you have?
2.33K, not really that many.
That's a
Uh,
handful, man.
yeah, I mean, I shout out to every one of them. It's all relative. Thank
Yeah,
you to everyone who's ever subscribed. Shout out to Justin Paul Sports. Subscribe to his channel too. If you happen to be a viewer of mine that happens to watch this and you, for whatever reason, wouldn't have been subscribed to him.
yeah. Thank you so much, guys. That is heckin' awesome. Gotta just say it that way. But quick first half assessments. What's your thoughts on both the Bears and the Packers? Real quick assessment for everybody that's out there.
So the Bears doing what they typically do, not show up at all in any way, shape, or form in the first half. Caleb Williams inconsistency, the offense looking dysfunctional. Nothing really. I mean, tons of Bears injuries. Half their defense they're playing this in this game were backups to begin with, and now they have, I believe, 2 key injuries where the guys are out. So going to be pretty rough for the Bears. They've already been playing with half their defense missing. As far as the Packers are concerned, they have their foot on the gas. Jordan Love's looking sharp. Christian Watson's looking really good. They actually had Matthew Golden on the field for whatever reason, and I mean that in a. And I'm kidding because he's really good and I think he's talented. But it's uh, it's it's working out for the Packers so far. If they just keep running the football and just pound the rock down the field and keep especially if the explosives stay on the Packers side and not on the Bears side,
Yeah.
it's going to be a pretty nasty game, man.
It just, like I think that a big chunk of this game, what's gone wrong for the Bears has been their terrible coaching calls. Again, like you can't be going for it on fourth down this aggressively. Like in a playoff game, you don't have time. Now you've put your team in a real big bind, but when your father's there, you just always wither until you're big enough to beat your brother, your big brother, your daddy, and it just hasn't happened. I mean, they were very lucky to win that last matchup. I'm telling you. I think the Packers, the team, really rallied behind LaFleur, who I know that some Packers fans have short patience with, and we've got a new president up there in Ed Policy. And I think that, today reports were coming out that they're going to work on an extension in the offseason here. And that's a good move. I don't know who you're going to replace him with. And I'm also going to say this completely unrelated, but former Packer coach Mike McCarthy, listen, man, somebody needs to hire this guy. He's the same record as John Harbaugh. He's great with quarterbacks. I think he'd be a fantastic fit out here in Arizona. I live in Arizona for all you guys. I've still got some viewers hanging on, maybe from the grocery raid, maybe just people tuning in. But, the Cardinals need somebody, I think, that's offensive minded and see what they do here. But somebody's got to hire McCarthy. I thought he was unfairly run out of Dallas. I mean, and how's it worked for the Cowboys prior to him and since then? Jason Garrett was their guy and got in the playoffs a couple times, but fell short against San Francisco. Mike McCarthy, his biggest issue was clock management. But as far as his ability to run a solid offense, would you want Mike McCarthy there? I know you're a Ravens fan. Would you want him there?
So as far as sorry, I just happened to eat a chip at the
That's
worst
okay.
possible time. But
That's all right.
so as far as Ravens are concerned, I thought it was a terrible move to fire Harbaugh. I know what you said earlier about Lamar choking, and that's kind of true. But if you take a look at some of the plays in which have happened that have caused
No, that was
Ravens
a comment. That was a comment that somebody made. I was just reading.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, like I will say to a degree, Lamar has choked throughout his playoff career. I'm a Ravens fan and I'm a Caleb Williams fan, but I can be completely objective and non-biased
Right.
as far as this is
Me
concerned.
too.
He's
Absolutely.
choked at times, but a lot of these plays that have been going against the Ravens have nothing to do with Lamar. I mean, Lamar didn't make Mark Andrews drop a perfectly placed pass at the goal line.
Right.
Lamar didn't make Zay Flowers fumble at the goal line against Kansas City. So, I mean, like, I think it's a little bit it's some of him and some of Lamar and some of just random plays just not going their way. But as far as the firing, I thought it was stupid. There is not another coach on his level, in my opinion, in the market in terms of tiers of coaches. I think that McCarthy is a tier under him, but I think he's a really good coach. I think that Stefanski is a really good coach. I think he's still a tier under him. I mean, Harbaugh's 180 and 112 with the Ravens. And it's weird when they don't make the playoffs. I understand if there's a coach like, say, Ben Johnson last year, where you don't really know, but he seems like a really good candidate, to potentially replace him. But who is there that's like a definite upgrade or something? Nobody. So I think it's really dumb. But the one thing they fortunately have going for them is it's a good situation. So among the
Yeah,
top candidates, it's a good situation. You'll probably get
I
one of
will.
the better guys.
I will always say that I mean, the Packers and McCarthy when they let go of him is the right time, but I
He's
didn't
a
think
good
he was.
coach.
Yeah, I didn't think he was horrendous. But sometimes you run your course at a place, and that might be the situation here with Harbaugh.
That's what it was.
And I think that Harbaugh might get on in Miami, and God bless him and good luck to him. But I just think that we're going to see some amazing coaching hires. I think some teams are waiting until after Wildcard weekend too to make decisions. But nonetheless, it's been a long time since we had a coaching change in Baltimore. I think the last coach didn't he replace Billick? I mean, you think
In
about
a
that kind
way,
of stability. And I will
yep.
say this about the AFC North. Shout out to the AFC North for having the only division where no team plays in a dome. They all play outdoors. Every one of them, even the Browns, the Bengals, all play outside in the cold air. Football needs to be played outdoors, folks. It does not need to be played indoors. Now, here in Arizona, I'm a Packer fan, obviously, but in Arizona, they need to have a dome because it gets outrageously hot in the fall when it doesn't cool off here until November, and you could be sitting outside in 100 degrees all the way through the end of October. So that's more of a safety issue. But as far as the rest of these teams moving inside and outside of stuff, we just don't want to see that. So what a ridiculous situation there. But the coaching carousel should be good here. Hang on
I
here.
think they get one of Stefanski. I think Clint Kubiak is a legitimate candidate for the Ravens job too. Um,
Yeah, he's good.
as
I
to
hope he
whether
comes
he's
there.
going to end up being a good coach, I don't know. I don't know. Do you know anything as to his leadership?
Well, not so certain, but he's an offensive mind. He's running that offense up in Seattle. I'd love to see him in Arizona. I think he'd be an ideal fit here because I don't know what they're going to do with Kyler Murray, and I don't know about that, but I don't want them. But steering it back to this
Oh,
game, I don't
please.
want the Packers to get rid of LaFleur. I don't. I know that Packers fans have this. You know,
Oh,
Bears.
he is a good coach. You will regret it if you fire him.
They won't.
Who are you going to replace him with? Because sure, I would fire LaFleur if you got McVay. I mean, but
Well, LaFleur owned him.
But you
LaFleur
know, but you
owned
know what
him.
I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, if you
Yeah,
could get, whatever your opinion is the best coach, give or take, then sure. But like, it's not happening because those coaches aren't on the market.
right.
Just who are you
I
going to
wouldn't
replace
fire. I,
LaFleur with?
I I like Matt LaFleur a lot. He's young, hyper talented, very calm, and I can tell he's not a punk. Like he's not one of those younger coaches that lays down and takes it. You can tell when he talks, he's got a serious tone. By the way, folks, Jordan Love has 3 first half touchdown passes. Caleb Williams has 1 interception. Jordan Love is the second player in Packers history. I have the graphic one away, but the Packers defense allowed 28 points the last 3 games tonight. They've only allowed 3, but they've got to keep it up. They've got to keep it up. Love is 9 of 15 for 139 three tutties. Fingernails is 8 for 17 with only 78 passing yards and a pick. Jordan Love's only been sacked 1 time. So right now, Jordan Love is definitely outplaying Caleb Williams. We are live for the second half of the NFL wildcard, and beautiful. It looks like a nice night in Chicago. Sky's cleared up. Thought there might be some snow, but it is cold there. There's zero doubt. When you're on
You
Lake
got a Super Bowl
Michigan,
prediction?
what's that?
You got a Super Bowl prediction, man?
Hold
Yeah,
on, I'll get.
just like general, who's going to be there, who's going to win?
Well, at the beginning of the year, I picked. I thought the Ravens were a serious contender. I
Me
did,
too.
and
Sucks.
I think in the AFC, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be the Texans.
Ooh, okay.
I
I,
do.
I,
I
I
think the Texans are going to come out of the AFC as AFC champs. On the
think they're a
NFC
top three
side,
team.
the
Uh,
NFC
in the
side is
AFC.
so wide open, man. With if Parsons and Wyatt were in there, I'd unquestionably say the Packers defense would smother their way to a championship. They've got good quarterback. No, there's no bias in that. The defense was amazing when they were in there. But
They're a good team.
now
They're still
it's
a good
wide
team.
open. Love is back to pass. Got pressure from behind, evades a sack, rolls left, almost falls over his own feet and throws away. Jordan Love can't be running opposite side. That doesn't work for his style of play.
At least he didn't
I,
throw a Caleb Williams like interception there.
I think I'd have a better feel next week for who I think it'll be. I mean, for a while there, the regular season, the Rams were looking like a wagon, but I don't think it'd be the winner of this game. Um, and I don't know if it's Seattle. Like Seattle seems like they're really, really offensively prone. But 2nd and 10, it's just hard for me to say in the NFC, man. But I do like the Texans in the AFC. All right, split back formation for the Packers, and it's an inside give to Jacobs, and the Bears sniff that out right away. So it's gonna be 3rd and long on the opening drive of the second half. Bears come out a little fired up.
I'm going with the Rams over the Jaguars in the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, Jacksonville's a good pick. I mean, they got great quarterback play. They've got good offensive skill players, but I just love the Texans defense. I just
They're
like
a top 3 team, undoubtedly in
I
the
think they're going to make
AFC.
Aaron Rodgers' life a living hell, and I hate to say that because I love Aaron Rodgers. I know he's a Steeler, and you don't care for the Steelers. 3rd and long here, Packers going empty, 5 wide. Musgrave comes back inside, so it's not. Let's see what he does here. Musgrave comes back inside, so they're going to have extra protection. Bears are showing heavy blitz, but they back out of it, so they're only rushing 4. Love fakes the pass, throws it underneath, and it's incomplete, so the Packers are going to punt the football. So that was a negative drive for 2 yards, and the Bears are going to get the football. Caleb Williams is going to come off the bench and see what he can get rolling. So I didn't mean to cut you off there, but the NFC, like I said, I don't think the 49ers will get there based on that defense and the injuries there. Philadelphia could get there because of their defense, in spite of
They
everything
could.
else. I mean, all they got to do is give it to their superstar players.
They're getting Lane
Packers,
Johnson back, and that's huge for them at right tackle.
Packers punt the football, and it's going to be fielded at the 33. Duvernay gets away from the initial gunner and will go out of bounds about 36-yard line. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. And here
I
comes
think
the
it's
pack.
funny how bad of a matchup it is for the Rams to play the Panthers. That's kind of funny to me.
That's why it's like really hard to say who can get there. You know,
Yeah, that's a fair
it
point.
just it's tough. I mean, I gotta admit though, I do want to see Rodgers make a little bit of a run just because of what he's been
Nah,
doing. I know it's okay.
from your
It's okay for
perspective,
you
I
to
get
say
it
that.
100%. Yeah,
Sure. Ravens fan will not want to say that shit, especially after last week. Let's see. Bears handed off inside to Monunga. He gains about 2 yards, three
Rodgers can go
yards.
somewhere else next year and win it. Not the Steelers. As a Ravens fan, hawk to it all over those Steelers. No, thank you.
We got 9 viewers after that Grotsy bomb, but thank you guys so much for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports, joining myself and the fantasy football strategist on this NFL Wildcard Saturday. We had a thriller of a game earlier with the Panthers, almost edging out the Rams in a close battle, but not bad for Bryce Young and that clunky team to take the Rams to the limit. Right now it's 2nd and 8 for the Bears. They got 3 wideouts, and they're in the shotgun formation. Caleb Williams, the Packers are rushing 4. Williams throws in the middle, and he hits Colston Loveland for a first time, but he fumbles the football, and it's recovered by the Bears again.
Can we talk about how much Caleb has to deal with ridiculous drops? I mean, like,
That wasn't
you
a drop.
gotta
That was a fumble.
no, I understand this specific play, but I really don't think people take into account how many drops he deals with on perfectly placed passes. This was a fumble, but it's the same difference to me. This is the kind of stuff he has to deal with. I I, I
What
get
is
it.
this? They had a lineman
It's
run downfield, folks. Run way downfield. Like it wasn't a little screen. He ran like a simple, like an out route. That was crazy. 3rd down, so they do rule it incomplete. So it's 3rd and 8 for the
just,
Bears.
man, like, it's so ridiculous.
That's not on Caleb Williams. It's not. That ball was on the money. He needs to bring it in. But when you got Xavier McKinney on, you can smell that Crimson Tide.
He has
Defense.
tons of problems.
Sean
He does
Gary,
not help.
Caleb Williams going deep. He's got a wide open Lovely. Doesn't drop that one. Big gain. So the Bears have the ball at the 30-yard line. That was a great sail
Flood
route.
concept right there.
Just tight end out. That's a sail route for Caleb or for Loveland. It should be a streak. Oh, it's a bunch formation, but that's a sail route. But Odunze and Loveland were really close to each other.
Are you worried right now? It's the second half, man. I'm
No,
kidding, obviously, but
not yet. there's a time for it. Right now is not the time. First and 10 for Chicago at the 31-yard line. Bears in I formation, and they do play action, and everybody their mama bites. Loveland gets it wide open. It gets down to the 12-yard line. So it's a great play action fake. So now the Bears are threatening. First and 10 at the 12-yard line. So coming out being that efficient, I mean, everybody bit on the run. In I formation, it's hard not to. It's a run formation. Van Ness, I mean, three linebackers, everybody chased the run. And when you do that, that's efficient football. That's a good football play. It's a spider, two wide banana, basically, is what that is.
Shout out to John Gruden.
I love it. First and 10 for the Bears, threatening at the 12-yard line. They're in I formation again. Cole Kmet on the field in wide formation, so they got dual tights on the right side. I fully expect a run here, and they do hand it off. Manungai gets 2 yards. So second down, so nothing flashy, but, that's the kind of stuff you want to do when you're deep in the red zone. You don't want to get crazy. You got to try to do what you can to get back in this game. I hope they fumble the ball personally, but it's just a smart play call. Don't be doing nothing crazy. Second and 9. They're showing a statistic. Bears rushing yards per game is 144. Right now they got 49. And right now they've got trips right. DJ Moore and over. So they got a dual back. DJ Moore is in the backfield with Manungai, and it is a stuffed by Quay Walker. Gives him a belly-to-belly suplex in the backfield. Shout out to Ken Shamrock. And that's a big loss on the play. But there's nothing wrong with an inside give. But now you got third and long. So they had DJ Moore and Kyle Manungai in the backfield, and they ran like a counter in the split back formation, and Quay Walker was just absolutely all over it. Looked like a miscommunication on line of scrimmage. He came in there unblocked. So big time play from the linebacker from the University of Georgia. 3rd and 13 for the Bears. And bunch formation to the left. Caleb Williams back to pass. He's looking to the right, and it's incomplete, so it'll be 4th down. If you're the Bears, what do you do here? I say you take the field goal.
You're in trouble here. You're in serious trouble. You're in serious trouble.
Well, he's
Caleb
all right.
Williams is hurt.
We'll see what that is. He's skipping around. He's putting weight on it.
Oh, he sprained his ankle. Let's see how bad this is. All right. Well, the Bears might seriously be doomed. It just depends.
Well, I can't see what happened. Let's see it from this angle. There's nothing dirty.
No, it was nothing dirty. It was nothing dirty. He just happened to sprain his ankle.
Packers go for Bears for the field goal. The kick is up and it is good. So it's 21-6. Green Bay leads the Chicago Bears. Caleb's walking it off though. They're going to give him the shot.
There's no way he's going to tough it out. I mean, you can joke about his nails and stuff. He's a really tough person. Like, he is a tough player. He deals with all kinds of stuff.
He's going to feel that in the morning.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be hobbled. Oh, you know what I always wonder? This has nothing to do with the Bears and Packers. I always wonder what they give Mahomes. Because this guy, I get the ACL finally actually took him out, right? But you know what I mean? Like, he gets these random injuries that look terrible when you look at the replay, and he somehow comes back in the game and just plays fine.
Dude, you had to have seen Brett Favre play.
So I started watching the NFL in 2007. So unfortunately, right at the downswing of his career. But I watched his last game in the NFC North Championship, I believe, in 2007 with the Packers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, if I'm not mistaken, 07. The Bears and Colts year for the Super Bowl.
Favre had that NFC Championship game against the Saints, and they just beat him up that whole game. That was the Bounty Gate game. That's what cost Sean Payton a year off.
Yeah, so that was like in 2009, I believe, or 10.
Yep.
10.
They were beating him up, man. And I was glad
body throw gets picked. Can't do it, man.
This ain't Detroit. That's a radio call. This ain't Detroit. This is the Super Bowl. Shout out to the Vikings radio announcer, Paul Allen. Listen to me. I'm not a Vikings fan, but that dude loves the Vikings, and he gets so irritated on calls that it's great stuff. It's great content. He still does the radio for the Vikings, and he loves it. But, man, when they screw up, he absolutely calls it out and is glorious. I love to see it. So
I'll be right
we're going to
back.
see what Caleb Williams is maybe not going to be as efficient running the ball the rest of this game, and that's going to make him make decisions because that when you sprain your ankle like that, it don't just go away unless you shoot. Maybe give him give him an
Go
eight
give him
ball.
some of
I'm
that
kidding you.
Rogers
I'm just
treatment.
kidding. YouTube, chill. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Aaron Rodgers looks like
Well,
after he comes back from an injury because they inject him with whatever.
yeah.
He's a tough
Well,
dude though. Aaron Rodgers, man, he another player that doesn't get talked about his toughness playing through
yeah.
injury. Like he is a competitor, man.
He just like that's what I'm saying. Like I think he's going to get throttled though on Monday night. I
Oh
do.
yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but you're playing the Texans. Like you couldn't have asked for a worse matchup from a defensive perspective. Just about. I mean, they have the lowest allowed EPA when they blitz and when they don't blitz on a graph compared to every other defense. They allow the lowest expected points added from blitzing or non-blitzing. It's crazy.
Oh, the Packers are getting.
Caleb is mad. There's that body language that everybody hates. He's definitely playing though. 100%. I'll be right back.
This is a great channel. Thanks, Jay Player. DJ the Great, what do you think for VP Miami? I don't know. All right, third down and 2 for the Packers. They're at the Bears' 48-yard line, or their own 48-yard line. They got bunch formation to the right. Josh Jacobs in the backfield. Love takes a snap, drops back. He's got time. He's looking. There was a nice little toss up, but there's nobody open, so the Packers are going to have to punt the. I don't know why he even threw that garbage. That was a bad play there. That was just a terrible play there. Like I don't even know why they did that. He had all day and just threw it away.
I just missed it. What happened?
You'll see the replay. Like it's third and 2, and he's got time. He still had time, but he just threw it away. He could have probably took off or like just kept waiting back there. I thought that was a bad decision by Jordan Love. My mic went out there for a second. So the Packers are going to
Yeah,
punt
it'll be
again.
interesting. Looks like Caleb is going to be back out, so it'll still be the
We'll
two
see.
starting quarterbacks.
And the punt rolls inside the Bears to the Bears 18-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 for Chicago, 8:28 in the third quarter here. There were some questions that came across I didn't see. Somebody asked a question, though. I don't know what it says. What do you think about VP Miami? I don't even know what that reads. Do you know what that reads? I don't even know how to read that. He got mad and said that's why I have no fans, but what do you think? Oh, the VP Miami picked up from you. Okay, so um sorry, DJ, I didn't see the question because I had so many flood-ins for questions here. But I mean, he's just a personnel guy. He's been around for the Packers for a long time, and God bless the. Good luck to him down there in Miami. I think Miami's trying to clean their situation up and see what the Dolphins are able to do, and try and rebuild there. I'm a Tua supporter. Obviously, as you see right here, I've got the Alabama thing. I mean, I'm going to be a little biased there, but he has struggled
He's
in the
probably
NFL.
done in Miami.
Yeah, I don't know where
I
he'll
mean,
go
he'll
from
start
here.
somewhere else though. Probably. There's not 32 better quarterbacks than him, so I really wouldn't have any doubts that he sees the field again.
Well, he is a very accurate quarterback. I mean, you just got to give him time here. Man, it was super cool for Grossi to do that. I feel bad that I didn't see all those comments, but I got flooded with so many. Anne Marie, thank you so much for floating it. Arizona's #1 in college basketball. That is correct. So I don't know
What do you
why I
think of
didn't get all those.
Mendoza?
What's that?
I know it's a commercial right now. What do you think of Mendoza, real quick? Is a from watching him?
I think it's a. I think that all right. So it's gonna sound biased because Indiana beat Alabama, but this isn't biased take. But everybody on the Indiana football team averages 23.8 years in age. The Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
Hold on, the Green Bay Packers are 23.6. So, like, you're running a professional football team in Indiana. That explains kind of why they're beating the brakes off everybody. And for when you're a late breakout like this, I don't buy it. Like you've got to be able to do it as a freshman and sophomore, not a seventh year transfer senior. And it's no indictment on him. They're having a great season and he's finally been able to get some ball control behind a good coach and a team that isn't loaded with 5-star recruits, but we'll see. We'll see. So they're showing your graphic about the Caleb Williams and these comebacks here. We really need to.
I'd be really worried if I was you.
Well, I wouldn't because of the ankle. So we'll see what he can do here. I want to see on this drive here.
He
So
doesn't.
Caleb Williams 1st and 10, and he's looking okay. Nice little laser throw to the middle of the field. Big chunk play. First down, Luther Burden, almost at midfield. So the ankle's not going to be an issue, folks. He showed you on the first play there that Ben Johnson's not scared, and this is going to get the Bears fans fired up. I mean, just simple zone coverage. Luther Burden gets in the hole in coverage. There's nobody there. Big time play. When you ain't getting to the quarterback and you're running zone defense, this is what'll happen all day long. All day. 1st and 10 for the Bears at their own 43-yard line. I formation strong right. Inside give to DeAndre Swift. He gets nothing. So ironically, the Bears rushing attack's been noticeably absent tonight. I mean, they've been doing a lot of
Yeah.
passing plays and big chunk plays passing down the field, so they're kind of out of their element. That might be
That's
a
got to
little
be
bit worse.
disconcerting for Ben Johnson, especially given Wyatt's out and Parsons.
Yeah. But this is what they're doing. It's like that
I feel
thing
like
in
the
Madden.
Packers have really good edge to edge defense, though. End of field to end of field. I feel like they have a lot of speed.
Bunch formation left for the Bears. And never mind, Odunze goes in motion from left to right. It's a handoff to Swift. Chasing Van Ness chases him outside. Ingsbury can't get there, but it'll be 3rd and really short. 3rd and 2. Swift was able to get outside and get out of bounds. So what do you think here? Ben Johnson does some cute stuff, or does he just simply just put it up the middle of the football field? What would you do?
I
Because
think
I'm going heavy.
I'd run it here and then go for it on 4th if you don't get it. Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's short
Manunga's
yardage.
back there. I expect they're going heavy. That's what you do on short yardage. Heavy. The Bears have everybody on the line of scrimmage except for DJ Moore on the left side. Trips right tight ends. Inside give to Manungai. Gets first. See, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be complicated. Like, that's not hard. Penalty marker on the play. Edrin Cooper's hurt. So let's see what the penalty is.
I wonder if this
Hopefully,
is going to take it away or not.
Edrin Cooper's in serious pain. That'd be a massive loss for the Packers. The penalty's on the Packers.
Yeah,
Personal
you'd be
foul.
down. Oh, so you probably have to play Van Ness a substantial amount, right? With Gary on the other side.
Well, he's already playing. He's already playing defensive end, so it'll be Terry and Hopper. I'm assuming will come in the game, or Isaiah McDuffie. I don't know what Kayzion Nixon's doing there. His bonehead, he's jumping in the pile. Like, what are you doing? Can't be having those boneheaded moments. That's the kind of stuff that'll cost you football games, and we're going to break. Edrin Cooper looked to be in serious pain. I'll be right back. Can you keep the fort down? I'll be right back.
Yeah, so as far as the Bears are concerned, just got to keep trying to get explosives down the field. Caleb's got to try to be efficient, got to come on in the second half. It's kind of been a theme with the Bears. Caleb generally, and the offense as a whole, plays really inconsistently. And well, I guess I'd rather say they play consistently poorly generally in the first half before kind of turning it on into the third and fourth quarter, especially. As far as the Packers are concerned, keep those explosives coming. Try to dominate with the ground game is what I would try to do if I was a Packers fan, or if I was the Packers, and I'd hope they would do as a fan. Um, Definitely seems like Ben Johnson's aggression has not worked to his favor in this game, and it's going to happen from time to time when you're aggressive so often. You're just going to have these games where things just do not go your way, and as Justin mentioned, sometimes being too aggressive can lead to consequences for you. And so far, that's kind of how it's worked out, being the consequences for the Bears so far. So we'll see if things continue to sway one way or the other. Definitely enough time for Caleb and the Bears to come back. But you got to feel comfortable if you're the Packers having this lead. Hopefully, if you're a Packers fan, at least they continue to run the ball and get those explosives and continue to be efficient in the red zone. Uh, Definitely want to say the Bears have been extremely inefficient in the red zone, obviously, as they haven't scored, and the Packers have been quite efficient in the red zone as they've already scored 3 red zone touchdowns. So we'll see what happens here. I know the Packers are down a couple of players, so they really can't afford too much or too many more injuries along the defensive line. What's up?
Had to get my refill, folks. Second beverage. Still a commercial, Hans. Edgerrin Cooper's injury looked really serious. He was in agony, so I hope he's all right.
It's going into the medical tent.
Well, he should. I mean, it didn't look like one of those injuries like I got a cramp. So, oh, but he's walking. He's putting weight on it, so that's good. First and 10 for the Bears. 6:25 left. Clock's ticking. Kind of surprised it's ticking after an injury timeout, but first 10 for the Bears at the Packers 30-yard line. Single back formation, offset, actually shotgun offset, or like a pistol almost. Play action. Caleb Williams looks to the left. He's in trouble, and he just tosses it. Little out route to DeAndre Swift gains about 15 yards. So the Packers' inability to get pass rushing will just hinder this football team. Like the Bears' offensive line just absolutely dominated on that line. Double team on the left side. They really only rushed 3, and then you know, Aaron Sorrell, I got a couple rookies in there on the defensive line, and they are missing Parsons. But first and 10 for the Bears again, so they're driving. They score a touchdown and go for 2. It's 21-14, just like that. First and 10 from the 15-yard line, bunch formation. Somebody went in motion there, and Caleb Williams got a keeper. I don't know if you want to do that with your. Oh no, that's just like, what are you doing? You guys got a sprained ankle, and you're going to run QB keeper. This isn't Jalen Milrow, folks. That's a questionable call. Like that's just crazy to call that when your quarterback's ankle's hurting. What says you?
I would agree. I wouldn't have done that. It's reminiscent of Dable and Jackson Dart earlier when he tried to make sure he had to retire after his rookie season due to concussions.
I'm not saying the concussion, more the ankle, but as a
It
Packers
was
fan,
a parallel. It was a
please keep
parallel
running that.
between making dumb plays with your player.
Bears running 3 wide, 4 wide. Caleb Williams throws it underneath to Loveland. So it'll be third and manageable here. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter here, and the Bears have absolutely dominated the third quarter, made the Packers punt twice. Packers have run 6 plays for 6 yards. Caleb Williams, they must have, instead of a smelling salt, he probably inhaled some nail polish remover to wake him up. That's some potent ammonia there. But let's see, he's getting the job done right now. 3rd and 4 for the Bears. Luther Burden in motion from right to left. I think he might be the target on this play. I really do. DeAndre Swift moves from the right side to the left side. Protection checks by Caleb Williams. Packers show it, and they hand it off, and he does not get the first down. It's going to be fourth down for the Bears. So I think they're going to give it to Swift again.
Did they go for it?
Of course. Of course you go for it.
Yeah, obviously.
But if you don't get it here, I think it's the ball game. If you don't get it. I do. You will have gone for it. Fourth down. You're 25% on fourth down. This is 1 yard. I'm giving the ball to Monungai if I'm the Bears. You got 20 viewers in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Justin Paul Sports, 4th and 1 for the Bears. 4th and 1 at the Packers 5 yard line. And it's I formation, play action pass. Caleb Williams got somebody in his face, and he just throws it away. And it's intercepted by Tyron Hopper. First down, Packers. That's what you love to see. Go file your nails. Go paint your nails. Go paint on a chalkboard. Go shovel the driveway. Get on a flight. Cancun is beautiful this time of year. Folks, 0 touchdown passes, 2 picks for Caleb Williams.
The player he wanted to go to, DJ Moore, fell down.
DJ Moore falls down.
That's why.
Brooks was in Caleb Williams' face. Caleb Williams does not look happy, folks. And quite frankly, that makes me happy because I've always thought this dude was a fraud. Any Bears fans tuning in, Caleb Williams is just not the guy. I know Ben Johnson wants another quarterback. I know he does in my heart of hearts. My colleague here at Fantasy Football.
That makes sense. That's definitely why out of all the places in which he could have gone, he specifically chose Chicago because he doesn't believe in Caleb.
Or the place sucks so bad that there's nowhere to go but up. And I'm not going to beat the Bears up fully. I mean, they did.
Definitely. If he wanted to do that, he could have gone to the Raiders.
Went from worst to first, right? He said in his smug little presser, I like beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. Didn't give him any props, but gave props to Kevin O'Connell. And obviously
really awkward. He tried to do that to appease the Bears fans and the media. So that was really awkward.
So I'll tell you this. You're a Ravens fan. You're an AFC guy. Let me give you a little insight what Bears coaches do. Every time they get hired on, they say that their goal is to beat Green Bay. Their goal should be fixing their house. Now, Ben Johnson has fixed their house a little bit. I think that they've got the fan base believing. They've made the playoffs. They won the division, so you can't discard that. In the NFL, it's tough to win, right? It's tough to win, but this is his first playoff game as a head coach. And I think that that's just really tough to do. Matt LaFleur went to the NFC Championship in his first season as a head coach, but he had Aaron Rodgers. He didn't have, there's a difference there. He had a seasoned veteran quarterback who, can run checks and stuff like that. And I'm not so sure that Caleb Williams is there yet. And I'm not I know it sounds like I am, but I'm not being biased. Like, that I just don't believe Caleb Williams is an elite player. There's way too many incompletions.
He's not an elite player. He has elite traits.
It's just not an elite player. I don't know. I think there's better options. I thought that Jaden Daniels was better.
They're better quarterback.
But we'll see. Have you ever been to Chicago?
No, but I went to high school in Wisconsin and college in Minnesota, so I've been up north.
Navy Pier right there that they're showing on the screen in Amazon, folks. Beautiful place. Chicago is a beautiful city. I lived there for a long time, but I don't live there anymore. 1st and 10 for the Packers, stopping the Bears on 4th down. The Bears are now 20% on 4th down conversion attempts. And let's see what the Bears are. I'm assuming the Packers will hand it off. Jordan Love does play action, looks back, throws it to an offensive lineman who rattles number 40, and then he fumbles the ball and kicks it down the field, and the Bears are going to – no! They're going out of bounds. What are we doing? This is the NFL playoffs. That's going to be – that is the wildest stuff I've ever seen in a playoff game. That is the Packers football because nobody recovered it.
That's a really dumb call.
What a level there. But, you're a lineman. You need to cover that ball up, folks. You can't be running like that.
You're winning. Just run the ball and keep the explosives going. Why are we throwing to an O-lineman?
I don't know.
What?
I'm just glad that went our way. I'm agreeing with you in full. I've been criticizing the Bears for doing dumb stuff. That's a crazy call. That's just a lucky bounce. That was funny.
Josh Jacobs does exist, Fun fact, Jacobs is a real player. He is on your roster.
2nd and 4, and they give it to Josh Jacobs on the toss right, gets the first down. Give it to the guy who runs the ball. Give the Alabama back his ball. I got 30 viewers right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports and tuning into this stuff. This is absolutely fantastic. Fantastic business. Um, I got some text here about Caleb Williams that I can't read on the air, but nonetheless, we are enjoying
I'm sure there's no
NFC
bias there.
NFC wildcard playoffs with my guest, the fantasy football strategist. Great dude. Go subscribe to his stuff. All the fantasy football content you can desire. Amazing stuff. Ravens fan pulling for Caleb Williams. We all have our imperfections. 1st and 10 for Jordan Love, and he throws it, and the receiver gets knocked down or falls down, and that's just a busted play. So 2nd and 10 for the Packers. I wish they'd just run it on
Who
first down.
hasn't shown up at all? Who I'm kind of surprised. Dontavian Wicks.
He's injured. He's out.
Oh, is he? Oh,
He's
that
out.
makes so much sense. Okay.
He's one of my favorite. He's got elite hands, and he's one of my favorite players, and I couldn't believe they got him in round 5. Could not believe it.
He's one of the better separators. He doesn't get enough credit for it.
I agree in full. Not because he's a Packer. I thought that just that coming out of the draft.
I mean, I'm not biased for the Packers, and that's a fact.
2nd and 10 for the Packers. They got split backs, goes in motion. Jordan Love steps up in the pocket and throws it in away. He just threw that away. So it's not going to be crowning. It went past the line of scrimmage.
You know, as good as they've been, you would think having Wicks in there would have really helped.
So intentional grounding on the Packers. So it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, he was within. Yeah. That's intentional grounding.
So it'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah, that was a nasty hit.
Well, they sent more than came in. I mean, he had Golden open. Golden would have been scored a touchdown if he'd got the ball to him. He had one-on-one of his man coverage on a deep cross.
I hope he and Jordan Love work together in the offseason a lot, man, because there's been probably 5 or 6 touchdowns that haven't happened because of just lack, I think, of communication or a lack of, established connection between the two for long touchdowns this year.
3rd and 20 for the Packers. They just throw a little screen route, try and get some spot on the punt. They will not get the first down, so the Packers will punt the football, but got a little space out of the end zone, gained about 12, 13 yards there. Just about under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Bears have been highly inefficient on 4th down plays, 1 of 5, including 2 in the red zone, and it's absolutely been detrimental to them, and I say more of it. Please keep making these mistakes, Chicago Bears. I am not a Bears fan. I am unapologetically a Green Bay Packer fan. I hope Duvernay fumbles his punt, to be honest with you. Whelan is an absolute machine back there punting for the Packers. And Whelan does get the punt off. The Irish mobster kicks it to Duvernay, gets it at the 27-yard line and makes a cut off the right side. And as soon as I say it, of course I curse the Packers. Duvernay takes it all the way, practically the 30-yard line, so I put the habuts on him. It gives the Bears great field position for Caleb Williams. And
let's get a field goal here, boys.
Outkick the coverage there. Special teams are so important.
Duvernay is one of the better returners in the league. He also doesn't get enough credit.
Well, 59 just got put on his rear end, and that cost about 40 yards.
I forget. Did he get? I think he's first team All Pro actually. Or no, was it DK? No, he was DK. In terms of first team All Pro returner.
Devin Hester's in the house for the Bears. That dude was amazing. Devin Hester was one of a kind. Zero
Best
doubt about
returner
it.
to ever do it. In terms of just pure returning.
Bears come out in a offset eye. Strong to the left side. Monunga in the backfield. Play action for the Bears. Caleb's looking deep. He's got a scramble. Van Ness is kind of contained, and he completes the pass. That was a hell of a throw. To Smythe for a gain of 6. That's a good throw by Caleb Williams, making a play out of nothing there. He made a play out of nothing. And I'm assuming that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Caleb Williams' first game with 2 or more interceptions since his 3rd career NFL game. I think the Bears are going to try and draw him off sides here. I don't think they're going to run the play. Oh, they do run the play. So to hell with what I'm thinking. Caleb Williams got all day to throw it, and he overthrows Luther Burden. So it'll be 3rd and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going in the 4th quarter here at Justin Paul Sports, live for the NFC Wildcard. Chicago Bears at Lambeau South for the NFC Wildcard against Green Bay Packers at Chicago Bears. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you do have comments, for some reason I'm not seeing them, but it is good stuff here. We are getting in the 4th quarter. Nice cold NFC North wild card matchup. Everybody's tuned in. Is this game going how you thought it would? Do you expect Caleb Williams to just absolutely come back and win this game? Are you feeling confident in that, or do you think that it's an absolute thrashing by the Packers the rest of the way?
I think it's 50-50 in the sense of if he's able to lead a comeback, will he be successful? I'd say the Packers probably end up winning this game. I mean, as much as I troll in the league chat, like I don't actually have these ridiculous views. I just say just to be toxic. I think I'm a pretty reasonable person.
You gotta love toxic fantasy football. It's good stuff. If you're not being toxic,
the Packers are the better team. The Bears had an easier schedule. I mean, to their credit, they beat the easy teams. But I mean, if the Packers had that schedule, they'd be way higher. I mean,
my sister, like I said, and her fiance, they flew from Tampa. They go to the Bears game. They're Bears fans, and I'm looking in the family group chat, and my mother passed away, so my stepmom has asked if he is crying yet. So funny.
About to, maybe. The first stage is getting mad, then you accept it and you're sad. So
I think you know what? Jokes aside for a minute, if I'm a Bears fan, I'm a Panthers fan, I'm saying this is a successful season for being basement dwellers and coming back, especially more so the Bears. Both teams won the division, but the Bears had a winning record and had that quality win against Philadelphia and, shown resilience and come back. And the culture's definitely changed in Chicago, but just tonight's not your night. I mean, the only 7 seed to win a playoff game is this team right here. Did it in Dallas 2 years ago when they put the belt to the rear end, but we got to be sure that we keep our foot on it. Question here. Which team do you hate the most in your division? You're a Ravens fan. You want to go first? Okay, he's chewing. I'm a Packer fan, so obviously it's the Vikings. But the Bears are up there as well. But Minnesota, I just can't stand them. I mean, you play indoors and you call yourself Vikings. That ain't what Vikings are about. Bears inside run on 3rd and 4, and they do get the first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Chicago at the 26-yard line of the Packers.
I gotta say the Bengals. Vontaze Burfict, in and of himself, was the dirtiest player I've ever seen, ever in my life. And I hate the Bengals simply because of him.
Fair enough. But to be fair, the Steelers got lucky to win that game because of the personal foul and the Bengals, two unsportsmanlike. 1st and 10 for the Bears at the 24-yard line. I formation. Packers are only going to send 4 here, it seems like, on a run formation. Play action for Caleb Williams. The Bears' offensive line holds, and Caleb threw a nice pass, but it hit the Packers defender in the back. If he wasn't in the way, Smythe would have had it grab. Like, that was a good throw. It just, the Packers hit him. And the Packers defender wasn't even looking at the ball. Edgerrin Cooper is walking off the field. That is a big loss. I hope he's all right. But, looking at the replay, it just hit McDuffie in the shoulder pad. So that throw would have been on the money.
Sometimes you can't really do anything. You can make the good throw, and it just doesn't work out.
2nd and 10, Zacchaeus in motion. Caleb Williams gets pressure on him this time and throws a dart, but it's incomplete. That was almost intercepted there. That was the right throw. That was the right call. Odunze was open for a minute there, and he had one-on-one coverage, but was it Nixon back there? Nope. Quay Walker? Nope. Oh, it's Williams. Almost picked it off. So it's 3rd and long for the Bears, but they're going to be in 4-down territory here. It's the 4th quarter in a playoff game. and they're in the red zone. They're threatening, but they have just been shut down in the red zone all day long today. Of course, if I say that, the Bears probably score a touchdown. 3rd and 10 for the Bears. They got 4 wide here. Colson Loveland cuts across the middle there, and they get to Caleb Williams, and he fumbles the football. So it's going to be 4th and long. You've got to take the field goal. Now you can't go for it. That's way too far. So the Packers get the stop. The Bears are going to kick the field goal here, which is the right call when you get sacked on 4th down. The Packers have not already forced a fumble. Van Ness, the Packers have forced like 3 fumbles, and the Bears have recovered them all. That's crazy.
If I'm the Packers, it's really important you get at least 3 here.
The Bears have not found the end zone all night. Kick is up.
Need at least 3.
Santos gets the points on the board, 21-9, 13-29 in the 4th quarter. Green Bay Packers lead in Lambeau South in this NFC Wildcard. So I don't think we went over it, but there is another we went over the Jaguars game and the Bills game. And then we got the 49ers heading to Philadelphia. What do you think's going on in that game?
I think ultimately Philadelphia is able to run the ball and win at home.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a very tough game, and I think ultimately it's from the Eagles' perspective, it's be able to run the ball effectively with Saquon Barkley. But I think from the 49ers' perspective, it's important that Brock Purdy doesn't have one of these games that he has every so often where it's like last week where nothing's looking good for the offense. They try to feed McCaffrey, and he's relatively efficient, but nobody else makes a play.
It's funny.
Brock Purdy has to have a good game.
I know he's not watching, but I know Deaky Boy in our chat, who I love to troll because he's a 49ers fan. But I think he's right about, the 49ers have lost some serious players this year, and it matters when you lose star players. They don't have Bosa. They don't have Fred Warner. And they've got a bunch of trash men at wide receiver. Pearsall's questionable. That dude can't stay healthy to save his life. So all the offense is going to fall on Brock Purdy and Christian McCaffrey. And I think if you're the Eagles, you're going to make them make them do something else. I'm going to make him throw the ball to Kittle. I'm going to make him throw. They're talented enough defensively to where I think that they should force the 49ers to pass. And I trust the Eagles secondary enough to say, I'm going to make you beat me this way. If you can beat me this way, I'm going to live with it. But we've got our own players on offense. We've got a Saquon Barkley and A.J. Brown, and I don't think that your defense is good enough to cover those guys. I think the Eagles win. I don't like either one of those teams, if we're being honest. I don't like either one of them. I do like Jalen Hurts. I do like those Alabama players, obviously, that are on Philadelphia. I just wish they were on other teams, but I don't like Philly fans for how they treat their offensive coordinator and stuff like that. Like going to his house and egging his house. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're a grown man doing that kind of stuff. You don't need to be doing that stuff. Shame on you, Philly. You know what I hope the 49ers do? And I'm going to say that just because you're a bunch of jerks. Don't be a jerk to your coaches, like going to their house and doing dumb stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, Lions fans did something to Campbell after that playoff loss, and I'm to his house. It's just gross.
Come on.
Stop it, man.
Like, it's football. Those guys want to win. They're not trying to lose.
Yeah, you think anyone else wants to win more than them? Like
they're getting paid to
they want to win more than you believe.
Yeah, especially playoff time. Bears kick the ball off, and Santos does not hit. So the Packers will get the ball. I think is it at the 40?
40.
So
that's a big mistake.
Illegal kick. So even if the Packers get 3, I think that's a nail. The Bears have not gotten in the end zone all night. And Brian Urlacher in the house. I will say this: Urlacher was an elite linebacker. Could have played safety. Absolutely deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. One of the best Bears players of all time. There was a Bears player I did like for a long time was Olin Kreutz. He was the center.
Yep.
And that dude was mean. And I miss mean players in this league, especially on the O-line.
He's in the Chicago media now I don't know exactly who he works for, but yeah.
The Score, WSCR is who he does Bears commentary. Shout out to Olin Kreutz. Great player. No doubt. He should be in the Hall of Fame. He was just one of a kind. All right, 1st and 10 for the Packers. I think we're going to start seeing them running the ball a little more. We got 3 wideouts here. Josh Jacobs is in the backfield. Golden is not on the field. And it is a give to Jacobs. He cuts outside, comes back inside, but the Bears sniff it out. So there is a penalty marker on the field. Hopefully it's on the defense. Let's get a personal foul on the defense. I'd like to see it go this way. Not this way. This way. Let's go this way. And the flag is. It's illegal formation, so it'd be first and long. Oh, they declined it. Well, Golden was on the field.
Interesting. They deem it better to have second
Take
and
it
10
down.
than first and 15.
All right, second and 10 for the Packers. 13 minutes, 15 seconds in the fourth quarter. This NFC Wildcard, NFC North rivalry, Green Bay on the road in the cold, blistering lake effect Chicago air. 4 wideouts for the Packers here. Love looks and throws it, and it's incomplete to Watson. It was nearly picked off there by Jalen Johnson. So now if I'm the Packers, I'm running a draw play, keeping the clock moving. The Packers have been absolutely dog poo-poo this second half offensively. But the Bears' inefficiency to make a play has helped the Green Bay Packers. Man, what a just good coverage there. It's not the best throw. 3rd and 10, I'm running a draw play. What says you, strategist?
Yeah, I want to keep the clock running. I mean, don't risk a turnover here.
But it looks like a passing formation here. I'm doing the inside give, but they are going to pass. Love is looking. He's got time. And he just throws it. And it was nearly picked off because it hit the lineman in the head. But it's an incomplete pass, folks. So the
I just think
Packers
you could have
will
worked off another 40 seconds, and then they're not going to call a timeout.
I think they tried to run a little tunnel screen there, but the pressure got too much.
Yeah, that'd have been a good play call.
So Jordan Morgan gets driven back. Like, that's a problem. He was a first-round pick, folks. And Montez Sweat got the better of him. And sometimes that just happens in this league. The Bears ran a stunt. So Love was just getting rid of the football. A sack wouldn't have been the worst thing there because the clock still goes. But nonetheless, the referees are, I guess, say illegal touching or
illegal grounding.
So it's the second grounding penalty against the Packers. But is it really intentional if it hits his helmet? Like, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Grounding to
that's
me
not fair. That's not. I mean, can you remember? I don't. Have you ever? Can you recall a play that this happened where it was intentional grounding because it hit an offensive? Somebody at the line of scrimmage in the helmet. I don't know if I can recall.
That's kind of a bad call. Number 30 is right there, but nonetheless, it's 4th down, and the Packers defense has just got to make a play again.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before on an intentional grounding when it hit somebody on the line of scrimmage in the helmet. It's crazy.
4th and 20, the Packers are back to punt. This time, let's not let Duvernay get it all the way upfield. And he takes it all the way back at the 16-yard line. Duvernay tries to cut outside, gets outside, but this time the Packers kind of steal the edge, and he gets out to the 35-yard line. But it's not at the Packers' 35-yard line. It's at their own 35, so they're going to make Caleb Williams go down the field and do it. So the Packers' offense has been an atrocious second-half team in this game. Haven't been able to get first downs. The Bears have been sitting on the run, and the Packers' play calling has been kind of like, you need to change it up here, LaFleur, because LaFleur does call the plays for the Packers, and I think that he needs to get it right. But I sense something big happening here for the Packers. I think Caleb Williams is going to kind of force it. I don't know what his situation is with his ankle. If I'm the Packers, I'm not playing contain. I'm going to make him roll out and see if he can run it. I want to make him test that ankle.
I'm surprised we haven't seen more deep shots from the Bears, honestly.
Chicago Bears' largest fourth-quarter comeback in postseason was 5 points versus the Giants in 1933. Do you know who was president in the United States in 1933? Caleb Williams back to pass. He's got all day. He can file his nails, paint his nails, hammer nails. Finally, he scrambles to the right and does take off. So he has shown that he can run with that sprained ankle, and he does get a first down. So now I know what he's capable of, but the Packers have got to get pressure in there. or it's going to be a long night. Like, you got to get home.
That was
Stop
right
playing up.
before FDR, right?
That is when the year he got elected, 1933. That is correct.
Okay. It took me a second to think about that.
Caleb Williams in a little bit of a hurry up. Caleb Williams throws it to the left side, and he hits Colston Loveland. And the Bears are in business at the Packers' 33-yard line. So in 2 plays, they move half the field because we can't get a pass rush. You got to get in there on this dude, man. He's got a bad wheel. Like, there's no pass rush. It seems like they're doubling everybody. Like, he's wide open. Ray Charles could see that.
Bryce Young couldn't.
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm just kidding.
First down for Chicago. Caleb Williams back to pass again, and he throws it and completely misses the mark. Looking for Odunze, was absolutely smothered by Valentine. I think he kind of hurried that play.
Speaking of short quarterbacks, real quick, while it's in between plays, what do you think of Pavia? Do you think he's actually 5'10"? Diego Pavia?
No. As an Alabama fan, I can't stand the guy. But I don't think he's NFL material. I think he'll be playing in the UFL. UFL guy.
I don't see it either, but I was just questioning the height.
2nd and 10 for the Bears at the Packers 33-yard line. In motion, Komet goes from right to left. Caleb Williams going back to pass again. He's got time, he looks, and he's got Loveland again, who's having himself a night. And the Bears are in the red zone now. 1st and 10 for Chicago. They're not getting a pass rush. This dude's got 1 wheel, and you're just not putting pressure on him. You're playing this cover 2, and Quay Walker just can't keep up with him. It's simple as. That's a mismatch all night long. Great throw by Caleb Williams, putting the Bears in a threatening position here. So 11 minutes left in the ball game. 1st and 10 for the Bears at the Packers' 12-yard line. Now we're going to bring pressure, but they pick it up, and Caleb Williams has a one-on-one, and he overthrows Colston Loveland. So I don't think he trusts anybody else but Colston Loveland right now. Luther Burden's been
him with the drops. Do you blame him with the drops Caleb's had to deal with? Say what you want about, off passes. He definitely has accuracy issues, but he's had a ton of really easy passes dropped this season. Like he's
dropped one of them though. He's getting some water now.
Yeah. In general, Loveland's been consistent though. Loveland's actually been really reliable. I think this might have been his 2nd drop through 18 games now, or 19, I mean. Or 18.
100 yards receiving for Loveland. Yeah. Swift in motion, halfback swing route, and DeAndre Swift cuts back inside. That's dangerous. It's going to be 3rd and 5. So he made something out of nothing there because the Packers did sniff it out. But Swift
got in front of him to block. He's a tough player.
Huh. Yeah, his athleticism made that play. That was all DeAndre Swift. So that was a great play by him to cut back inside because the Packers sniffed it out for sure. They just couldn't get there. Loveland back in the ball game.
Lead block in there from the quarterback, I think.
3rd down for the Bears. 3rd and 3. And it's just an inside give to DeAndre Swift, and folks, he's going to score a touchdown.
Ooh, is that comeback happening? Is that what I'm seeing here?
That's what we're seeing. If the Packers can't move the freaking football, punt is a recipe for failure.
Caleb Williams and the Bears in the 4th quarter?
21-15. Did they go for 2 here? I don't think so.
That would be so dumb.
It is a 5-point
that would make no sense.
The Packers have been completely inefficient offensively in the second half. They have not done anything. They've played around and done stupid games and won stupid prizes, and now it's a ball game again. You've had the Bears on the brink of submission, and the dude's got a sprained ankle, and you can't get a pass rush. So Santos' kick is up, and it is good. It is 21-16. The Packers still lead, but you've got to go down there and go for the jugular. You can't be playing around here. You've got to make something happen. Incredible.
Oh, man. Love to see it. Hate to see it if you're a Packers fan. Yeah, people. I mean, he didn't get as much noise, and people were shocked when he was picked first because he didn't have a ton of yardage. But his quarterback play was terrible. I mean, legitimately terrible at Michigan. You know,
Yeah, I'm not a
he
big.
was about 50% of his team's offense. Just him.
Well, JJ McCarthy ain't that dude. He's a handoff merchant. I don't
No,
care what he says.
nah, yeah, I completely agree. 100%.
So we'll see. Like the Packers are going to think they're going to open up the playbook now. For some reason, they got a little hyper conservative there, but you hate to see it. Like you're letting you're letting them back in the freaking football game. You were up 21-3, and you were just dominating them, and then you just did dumb stuff. And when you do dumb stuff, you let them
If you're
back in the ball
them,
game.
if you're them, do you want to look to establish the run or do you want to try to hit an explosive?
First down is a run, or you do a play action spider two wide banana and just roll to the other side and just run it if it ain't there. Don't force anything. Don't panic. It's not panic mode. Just go out there and play your game. It's what's been working all night. This is the freaking playoffs, man. You can't. If they choke this game, I'm going to be insufferable. Like
So am I.
so.
I'm going to be toxic if they win this game.
Well, I'll be toxic in different ways because I'll hear it at work all day Monday. Boy, they're going to lay into me. But I'll be more
Dude, that'd
irritated
be
if they blew a
frustrating.
21-3 lead.
Dude,
Like
I had two at my last job. I had two Steelers fan and one Browns fan. It was awful. Fortunately, the Browns fan never had anything to talk about. But, you know, still.
I don't. I for some reason I feel pretty confident in Matt LaFleur here, though. I do. Like I don't feel
He's a
stress
really
about
good
him.
coach.
It just you just got to execute and just not panic. That's the trick. Excuse me.
Yeah,
That's the trick. So
can't
I mean, you're
panic.
21-3, and you let these guys in the freaking football game. That's the first touchdown of the game. You've held them to field goals. This isn't like the last game where there was like craziness and onside kicks and all that stuff. It's just you've got to do something offensively. Stop with the penalties. Kick is fielded. Jacobs. Is that Jacobs? And he fumbles the ball. Well, I think the Packers recovered it. Packers are
Packers
confidently playing like they got it.
Packers football. Yep.
Was that Josh Jacobs on the return?
Yes, it was.
It
Who fumbled
was.
yet again? How many times is this now in key situations?
Packers recover. Woo, Lord Jesus. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Great play by
As
special
good as
teams
he
there.
is, and he's a really good running back. I mean, really good. I
Man.
swear he's unlucky with the fumbles, man. Because it's not even like he's loose with the football. Like when he's at times when he does fumble, it's like I swear it's like the most bad luck I've ever seen.
Oladapo. Shout out to Oladapo recovering that kick. That could have been a game changer. But I think Jacobs is all right. He's not a kick returner. First and 10 for the Packers at their own 46-yard line. They got really good field position here. And they go right back to Jacobs, and I like the call, and he gets a couple yards. Penalty marker down. That's got to be on the defense, man.
I mean, I get the fumble happened, but man, like he'd be a really good kick returner. I get it, having your contract, you just paid a contract for him and everything, but I mean, that was a good kick return.
But these penalties are killing the Packers. They call the penalty on Rasheed Walker. Jesus Christ. What a questionable call there. Get your head out of your butthole, dude. First and 20. Cheese graters hats are out for Bears fans. They're alive. Run it again, man. Get some of these yards back. Make it third and manageable. You got to play for third and manageable here now.
It was always a bad idea to be leading the Bears, man.
Throws it to Dobbs, and Dobbs gets a few yards, so I'll take that.
Always a bad idea.
We are under 10 minutes in the fourth quarter of the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers on the NFC Wildcard. The number 7 seed Green Bay Packers heading down to their division rival Chicago Bears at Lambeau South. Jordan Love in the second half is 4 of 11 for 33 yards. That's not going to get it done, folks. 2nd and 11, so you got to get about 6 yards here. Empty backfield for the Packers. Love is making checks on the line of scrimmage. Bears field to be playing single high safety, so it's man coverage, I believe. Love back to pass. He looks, and he's got Romeo Doubs. Gets to the 32-yard line of Chicago. That's an explosive play that flips the field. That's what you want to see. First down, Green Bay. So they didn't panic there after the holding penalty. They gained a few yards, and now they hit Doubs deep. Let's take a look at the replay here. Byard's got him one-on-one. He just beats him on a simple slant route. Just the inside run, gets the first down. That's a big relief for Matt LaFleur. It's a good play call. Good job by Doubs. To the Guardian cap. Guardians of the Galaxy. 1st and 10 for the Packers at the Bears' 33-yard line. They hand it off to Jacobs, cuts left, and there's nowhere to go. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Packers. Golden's trying to shove somebody. Quit trying to shove somebody. Get back in the huddle. You got to get ready for the next play. Quit trying to talk to that team. 2nd and 9, folks.
You show him who's boss.
That's right. Yeah, I'm a tough guy. It's football. You get a 15-yard penalty, I'll drag you off the field. Jacobs has 17 carries for 55 yards, so the Bears defense has done a great job containing the Packers' run. That's really good run defense here against a good running back. Bears fans are loud and rowdy. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 9. Read in motion from right to left, or from left to right, I should say. Bears bringing extra pressure. They're going to the deep, and it is incomplete to Jaden Reed. He was covered. So it's going to be 3rd and long, and number 26.
I think Nashawn Wright's hurt, the Bears cornerback. They have even less amount of their starters now. They don't have any starters on defense at this point.
He's fine. He just hit the ground hard. I don't think he's seriously hurt. Ground's probably ice cold.
He's still down.
It's a bad play. I don't like that play on 2nd and 9. You need to get in 3rd and manageable here. It could have been OPI. He just hits the ground hard. He's fine. It's cold.
We'll see. We'll see how their 5th string cornerback holds up here.
See, he's
wherever they're at this point.
His booty gonna have a bruise on it. Nashawn Wright. I guarantee it's gonna be sore tomorrow hitting that ice cold ground like that. That's all it is. He'll be out one play. Stevenson in a corner for the Bears. A 3rd and 9 for the Packers. I think they're outside of field goal range. There's going to be a long kick. Green Bay has 18 plays for 61 yards in this half. The Bears have 29 plays for 176 yards. The NFL is amazing with how this works. Bears showing heavy blitz. See if they send it or if they're going to remain in drop it out. And they drop out. So Love just throws a quick strike and gets the first down to Romeo Doubs. Oh, that's a bad spot. Okay, there he goes. That's got to be a first down. Oh, yeah, the ref called it. Get out of here.
It's a first down.
Yeah. That's a first down. Like, he was past that yellow line. I don't care what the TV screen's showing. They've already moved the chains. That was the right call. He's way past that first down marker by a metric mile. Go ahead and challenge it, Ben Johnson. Waste your time out. 1st and 10 for the Packers at the Bears' 23-yard line. And they run a halfback swing kind of sort of thing to Golden, breaks the tackle, gets to the 10, gets to the 5. Hey, let's go! Touchdown Green Bay. Golden is his first touchdown of the season in a big-time playoff game on the road. To hell with the Bears. You love to see it. What's your take on the play there, strategist?
Oh, what could have been if they, for whatever reason, decided that they wanted to play their first-round pick any given year?
Bears fans are sick right now. It was a split-back formation. Golden went from left to right in the halfback. It was a halfback swing, and he just makes plays. I mean, he does a spin move, and he puts Brisker on the ground there, or 6, and just couldn't get him. So the Packers –
he gets a lot of separation, man.
Yeah,
like, he could be really good if they would just give him some volume sometime.
And McManus mixed the extra point, but it's 27-16, so it's still a 2-possession ball game. 6:36 left in the fourth quarter. That was a humongous response for the Green Bay Packers to score a touchdown. That is an incredible play by a rookie in a playoff game on the road. I don't care where you're drafted. If you're a rookie making plays in the playoffs, God bless you. But McManus does hook the kick. but it is a 11-point lead for the Green Bay Packers, 2-possession ball game. So pressure's on now. Man, that was huge. I love to see it. Caleb can
Yeah,
go 5
scoring
or
a
10.
touchdown is a big deal there. 100%.
I'm pretty sure Caleb Williams has a nail appointment tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he's got a nail appointment. He's going to get on a plane, and they're heading to Mexico, him and the squad. Girls' night out. They're going to absolutely kill it. So we'll just see what's going on with the.
Could you imagine how terrible is that?
I live 150 miles from Mexico, and I've never been there. So never been. Never been, not once in my life. I've been to Canada, though, Niagara Falls. Strong suggestion to go to Niagara Falls. Absolutely great time. I love Canadians. I love Canadian poutine, or however you pronounce it, folks. I've had a few beverages. Don't mind what I'm saying. I'm just saying I love the Packers. I'm enjoying this. But yeah, I went to Niagara Falls. I've been to Toronto. I've been to the Blue Jays game. I've been to the CN Tower. If you got a chance to go to Canada, go in the summertime. Go on July 1st. That's Canada Day. They have fireworks in Niagara Falls. It's amazing stuff. So, just
Yeah,
say.
I've been there when I was like 10. It's cool.
Thanks so much for joining me tonight, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you did.
It was fun seeing the Packers get off to a huge lead here, then have a little bit of a scare, and then come back roaring with a really
What a
nice
drive.
reception by Golden. That was a really good play. I
was
really
all
think he
good.
could be good. Just give him more snaps and please just give him targets, man. Him and Jaden Reed, like you could be getting this stuff regularly with them.
I think Dobbs is a free agent, and Golden's going to get the looks next year. That's what I think is going to happen. I do.
I
Because
hope so.
Dobbs
He
didn't want
deserves
money,
it.
and Packers calorie, Jesus, I've had beverages. Salary, not calorie, salary cap is not going to allow them to re-sign Dobbs. So they're showing a preview for
I
the Masters. Do you like golf?
No, I never watched golf and barely
I
played.
couldn't watch it, but you should go golfing. It's a fun experience. I'm telling you, when you get my age, I'm in my late 40s, folks. Go golfing, have yourself a beverage. Packers kick it off. 6:36 to go. The kick is taken at the 7-yard line. Bears run it out. They get to the 23-yard line there. And a return by number 39 for the Bears. I didn't see who that was and who that was. And Caleb Williams is coming back out to the field. Folks, I have 32 viewers right now. Thank you so much for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports. I just want to give you guys a shout out. Absolutely. Thank you. We're almost 3 hours into this broadcast. If you love fantasy football, if you love dynasty fantasy football, tune into the Fantasy Football Strategist. Subscribe to his channel. He's got videos that are high quality content, deep explanations on the upcoming rookie draft for the 2026 NFL draft will be this April or May, I believe, and he will be joining us on night 2 for a live look at the NFL draft. Caleb Williams rolls out and he throws it to Odunze, and they get the ball at the 40-yard line. It'd be 1st and 10 for the Packers, or for the Bears. Is that a completed pass?
Yeah.
6 minutes, 13 seconds left. Bears are in hurry-up mode as they're down by 2 possessions. Single back formation. Caleb Williams goes back to pass. He looks. He throws it out in the flat to Colston Loveland. Falls out of bounds at the 47.5-yard line, so to be 2nd and short. He could have got more, but I think his momentum just carried him out of bounds there. Bears are in
They don't
hurry-up
score
mode.
a touchdown, they don't win this game on
That's
this
what I love
drive.
to hear. Let's call it. Let's predict it. Let's predict that turnover. I think Caleb's going to have that turnover here. Loveland has 7 grabs for 125 yards, folks. He's had an absolutely amazing night. If you could trade for him in your dynasty leagues, I absolutely would. He's 20 years old, generational tight end. Empty formation, Caleb Williams is back. He's got all day to throw, and it's incomplete to Monungai, so it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Bears. If you're
He's the
Bears,
next Travis Kelce. You want to invest in Colston Loveland.
I like Harold Fannin a lot. I think he's up there.
He's
too.
also really good.
I got Fannin and Pitts, and I'm happy with those two. Pitts is still only 25 years old. You know, like, and I think that they're going to get a guy down there who could. I think that they showed this year that they could throw the ball to him, and he's going to be pretty reliable target. 3rd and 3 for the Bears. Pressure down. Let's get that pick. Let's turn it over, Packers. Let's get the turnover here. DJ Moore in motion from left to right. Caleb Williams back to pass. Rashawn Gary's got a little pressure on him. He throws it in the middle. It's incomplete. 4th down here for Chicago. This is the game. 5 minutes, 37 seconds left in the game. There's zero doubt that the Bears are going to go for it here. There will be no more punting the rest of the game for the Bears. And I hope Caleb Williams fumbles or throws it incomplete. Just throw it incomplete, bro. Just throw it incomplete. You know you want to go to Cancun. It's warm in Cancun. Stick your toes in the sand. Go to the ocean. Take your fellow out there. Have a good time. Shotgun formation. Trips to the right side. Monangai in on the left side. Loveland emotions. There was a flag, but the snap went over Caleb Williams' head. They're very lucky the flag came out, so it'll be false start on the offense. It's been a low penalty football game, which is kind of nice to see in these playoffs. I didn't see a lot in the first game today we saw earlier. The less flags, the better. I mean, they've really only been calling what's pertinent, but yeah, the center leaned right there. So he snapped it over Caleb Williams' head, but I think Caleb was discombobulated here. So it's 4th and long, 4th and 8 for the Bears. Season on the line. Lambeau South. Bears come out empty. Quad right. Caleb Williams back to pass. He's got a little pressure on him. He escapes. He throws it. Oh, he gets it to Odunze. What a clutch throw by Caleb Williams there. Season
Who could have
online, I got
guessed?
to give it to him. That is a tremendous throw under pressure.
That-
He was under duress. That's a clutch play, folks. There's no getting around it. Just, man, amazing. That's an amazing NFL elite throw. He was falling down. That was a Hail Mary. That's Odunze's first grab. Bears got 1st and 10. Caleb Williams back to pass. Packers run stunt. Incomplete pass. The Packers have not been able to get in the backfield. They just have not been able to get the pressure on. That is why they traded for Micah Parsons in the offseason. That's exactly
Yeah, Parsons,
why.
it's a different story. 100%.
A game changer. Kazeion Nixon, they're showing the replay, just couldn't get there. I can't believe they got that. I thought that was definitely going incomplete. I really did. I thought, the Packers are going to be out there. But 2nd and 10 for the Bears. Still alive on that. That was a ridiculously clutch throw. They're at the 30-yard line of the Packers. We got trips to the right side. Williams looking. Now he's got a little pressure from 96 and just throws it away. There's no way that's complete. Colby wouldn't get in the backfield. I'm glad he's a Packer, but I hate Auburn players with a passion. I don't think that they're worth a lick in the NFL. That's why Bo Nix went to Oregon, because he knew he couldn't hack it at Auburn.
Shout out to Sean Payton.
We have been on the air for 3 hours, Mr. Strategist.
It's been a fun watch. Good game
great.
here.
Had a few beverages. I'm feeling loose. 3rd and 10. Let's get a sack. Let's make a play. Let's get a sack defense. You haven't gotten there all night. You got a little bit of pressure. It throws it underneath, and it is a 1st down and more for Monangai. He's inside the 10-yard line. Jesus Christ! You got to make a stop there on 3rd down. God bless America. Like, come on, man. You're in his face.
That's what happens when you decide to not play hero ball and just take the check down every now and then, Caleb.
Well, Luther Burden got 2 blocks. 1st and goal for the Bears. They're inside the 10-yard line. Caleb Williams, back to pass. Got all day. Throws it incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Quay Walker, though. I think Caleb hurried that pass. He still had time. Like, he's got time back there. The Packers just aren't getting there. Rashawn Gary needs to make a play. You're getting paid $20 million. You need to make a play. You want to call yourself Bane, and you're more like bitch. Like, you've been getting shoved around. Go in there and make a play. Get a sack. This is the NFL playoffs. We need you to do something, dude. We need you to do something here. Hit that dude in his fingers. Hit his fingernails. That's his sensitive spot. That's like his Achilles. He's got fingernails. Caleb Williams,
he's
second
so
and goal.
wimpy. He doesn't ever do anything in the clutch. He's so terrible.
Right, Caleb Williams throws it right down the middle for a touchdown.
Oh, what? He did what?
They're right down there. It's easy money. Zakia's doing the dance.
Easy
Ben
money
Johnson's
clutch.
Flexing. Ben Johnson's flexing, folks. He's flexing. They're losing, and he's flexing. Amazing. They're going to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. That is incredible arrogance. The flex when you're losing. That is amazing. That is incredible. Like, that is incredible. You're losing, and you're flexing.
Is it because he knows what the end result is going to be?
Like, no, I don't want you to tell me. They'll probably get it.
No, I just mean of the game.
Just like you're flexing, bro. Like, why are you flexing? Bears coming out in I formation, going for 2 to make it a field goal game. That is unbelievable. I can't believe I saw that. I cannot believe I just saw that.
Yet another clutch drive by Caleb Williams in the fourth
Sure
quarter.
was. Made that fourth down throw to Odunze, and that kind of set the tone. Caleb in the,
Only he
he's
could
going
do
to
this
throw it.
75% of the rest of the game.
He gets the
Ever.
2 to Loveland. The Packers have no answer for Caleb Williams in the second half. So I don't know if the Bears are going to kick an onside kick here, but they've got all 3 timeouts, so maybe not. Man, that was a ridiculously backbreaking drive if you're a Packer fan. People are grating cheese. Coaches are flexing. Miller Lights are. Bears fans are going ballistic. They think they won the game and they're still losing.
It's because
Crazy.
they know how these games go. You know?
I can't believe Quay Walker just let that dude walk in there. Like, what are you doing?
I mean,
He's
Travis
probably gone
Kelce.
off the team next year, too. I don't think the Packers re-sign him. They're not going to pick up his option. So, throws a 2-point conversion like it's nothing. Easy peasy.
I don't know how the inside linebacker. I don't know how linebacker. I know edges are really good and corners are pretty decent this year. I don't know how good linebackers are. In 26 draft. I don't know if you know that, maybe, but I'm sure they could find a replacement in the draft.
I'm sure, but they don't have a first-round pick. So,
Yeah, I'd still rather, as much as I troll in the chat about that trade, I'd still rather just have Micah Parsons, even coming off an ACL.
oh, yeah.
Like, you
26-year-old.
I mean, you
If he
pray
was in here,
an early
if
first
he,
turns into a Micah Parsons.
if he was in here right now, this dude would not be having this kind of game. He wouldn't. There would have been probably 3 sacks by the defense because somebody would have got open. Like Micah Parsons makes you, change the game. Bears kick it off. Packers field it at the 4-yard line. Hold on to the ball, whatever you do. Josh Jacobs returning kicks is crazy to me, but he gets to the 30-yard line. I don't know why he's returning kicks. I have no idea why Nixon's not back there returning kicks. Bears are getting a little scrappy there. Bears fans love that shit, though. They love violence. Chicago, like it's a city of violence. They live for that stuff. So, all
Hey.
right, 4 minutes, 12
man,
seconds. That was a hell of a response from Caleb Williams on that fourth down throw. I cannot believe he got Odunze down there. That was kind of a miracle throw, but it happened, so you got to deal with it. Run the clock out. Don't let them get the ball back. Lambeau South, baby. 1st and 10 for the Packers at their own 31-yard line. Reed in motion from left to right, trips to the right side. Josh Jacobs is off the field, and it's an outside throw to Reed, and he gets a couple yards. But the clock's ticking. That's what you want to see here. Incredible. That is amazing. I cannot believe that drive. That was a clutch drive by Caleb. I've got to tip my cap to him.
If only he did that the rest of the 75% of every game.
The Packers have had 6 points in this half. That extra point miss is humongous. And I've seen that before in the 49ers game a couple years ago when they missed a field goal. So, the hell with these Bears, though. Just break their hearts, man. Bears fans deserve nothing. 4 wideouts for the Packers. 2nd and 8. Love back to throw for some reason, and he throws it, and he's got Dobbs, and he's got the goal! And they're not inside the 35-yard line. Big-time chunk play for the Packers. That ought to shut these people up, as they say in Major League. You ever see a movie Major League?
If you guys score a touchdown, it's a wrap. It's really imperative you guys score a touchdown, or at least continue to run out the clock.
Gordon was cooked. Gordon just one-on-one, just Dobbs just cooked him. Guardian cap. What a throw by Jordan Love. Like, that's a throw in the right spot. Clutch situation. Pressure's on. That's what you want to see. 1st and 10 for the Packers at the Bears' 33-yard line. Inside give to Jacobs. He gets nothing. The Bears are going to be sitting on that run now. Don't get too conservative because there's still a lot of time here. And the Packers have shown that defensively they're kind of playing zone coverage, and it hasn't exactly been inefficient. Did the Bears take a timeout there? They did. First timeout for Chicago. 2 more first downs, and this game's over, Green Bay. Then you're going to Seattle, and you'll see Sam Darnold. I had the Bears money line as my free play of the day. We have 30 viewers here on Justin Paul Sports. I want to thank you guys for tuning in so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. my amazing guest, the fantasy football strategist. Go like and subscribe to his channel. Amazing fantasy dynasty football content. 2nd and 10 for the Packers. For some reason, we got 4 wideouts here, but we do have it back. 3 minutes, 16 seconds left in the game. Love goes back to pass. He's looking and he throws and he's got a first down and Golden. The Golden boy, Golden Grams. Gold chain. You can't see me. First down Green Bay. That is deadly to the Bears. They burned the timeout. Packers absolutely cooked them. They're cooking Gordon. Cooking it. Gets 2 feet in. Easy money. First down. Packers.
Keep converting those first downs, and you got the W.
1st and 10. Golden's got 71 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Love's in shotgun formation. The Packers had the ball 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. They give it to Josh Jacobs, which is the right call. And there's no gain. Make the Bears burn those timeouts.
Shout out to Golden. Practically half of that is Yak, too.
Yeah. He has a touchdown reception tonight. He really balled out. You know, Dobbs balled out, but Watson's been absent. He's been really notoriously quiet. Reed, they just haven't thrown the ball to, so. Jordan Love has 4 touchdown passes, tied for the most by a Packers quarterback in the postseason with Aaron Rodgers and Lynn Dickey and Bart Starr. So, 2nd and 10 here. What's that?
What was that stat?
4 touchdown passes, ties a franchise record here in a playoff game.
Okay, cool.
2nd and 10 for the Packers. They are definitely in field goal range here, but we don't want a field goal. We want a touchdown. We want a first down, actually. A first down would be detrimental to the Chicago Bears. 2nd and 10. Love, for some reason, is passing, and he throws it up, and he's got one-on-one to Musgrave, and there's got to be PI there. So we'll stop the clock because we're tied. Instead of just run the ball, we're going to throw a fade route. That's a LaFleur thing there. That's a LaFleur
All comes down to this, my guy.
Dobbs is wide open. Just a bad. This is covered. I just don't understand these play calls. Like, run the clock out.
I'll be right back. They're going to call timeout.
3rd and 10 for the Packers. And there is a timeout, like he said, on the field. Timeout Green Bay. God damn it. Like, just quit playing stupid games. Like, why would you throw the fade route in the end zone if it ain't there? That's a low percentage passing play. You got to put these guys in the grave. All right, folks. 3rd and 10 for the Packers. 3:02 left in the game. We'll see what they do here. I'm running the ball if I'm the Packers. I'm running the ball, making them burn that final timeout and kicking the field goal. That's going to be a penalty on Green Bay. It's a delay game. So we get a penalty. We come out of a timeout and get a delay game.
That's crazy.
What are you doing?
That's some Bears from last year type of stuff right there.
Run a draw. Make the Bears take their last timeout. That's all you can do at this point. 3rd and 15. Don't get sacked. Don't get out of field goal range. Converting this would be crazy. The Packers have 6 penalties for 60 yards. The Bears have 2 penalties for 5 yards. So it's 3rd and 15 at the 26-yard line for the Packers. Back to pass, Jordan Love, and he just decides to heave it up there, and it's out of bounds. So low percentage throw. We're just going to play stupid games. Like, instead of just giving it to Jacobs and get a few yards closer to the field goal, we want to do dumb shit. 2 minutes, 56 seconds left in the game. Field goal unit's going to come on the field. So the positive of this is you're going to have to make the Bears score a touchdown. But because you missed the extra point earlier in the game, it could be detrimental to you. So
That is the positive if you make it. For sure. So how are you feeling though? 6-point lead probably.
He missed it.
Ooh.
He missed it. So this is on the floor. That's twice you've done the really dumb stuff in the red zone. He's got to make those kicks though. Like that one, you got to make. So now you give the Bears hope. So no, I'm not feeling great about it. Like you dominated in the first half and you got away from it. And you threw these stupid plays inside the red zone. Like you just threw a streak route to Musgrave instead of just running the clock. You left way too much time on there. Now all the pressure's on the defense. Yeah. McManus has just been, man, you got to make that kick, bro.
All right,
Nobody's fault
Caleb,
but your own.
can't
It's on
have.
McManus. You missed the extra point and a field goal. You've given the Bears life. So it's not fully on the floor, but like you got to run more clock off. It could be 2 minutes and 10 seconds here. So you get 0 points on the drive, and all the Bears need is a field goal at worst. Split back formation for the Bears, fake the inside give. Brooks gets pressure on Caleb, but he's going to throw it away, I think. Yeah, throws it away. Loveland was open, though. Man, that would have been a touchdown if he'd got it to him. 2nd and 10 for the Bears.
This is going to be a crazy drive.
Finally got some pressure on him, though. Finally broke through there.
It's going to be a crazy drive.
Believe me, Bears fans have every right to go crazy if they win this game. But, like, you got to finish that off. Like, you can't just let this shit happen. Turnover, dude. Come on, you can't lose this, dude.
What do you think? Do you think there's any real discussion of LaFleur if they lose this game?
Yeah, wide open to Loveland. He's got 8 catches for 5,000 yards. We don't want to cover Colston Loveland. Let's just let everybody else be covered, but not Colston Loveland. We're just not going to cover that guy. We're going to let the Bears go down the field and kick a field goal at worst. Like, it's ridiculous. They just don't want to cover him. Caleb Williams has 300 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He's under 50% completion percentage, though. So we're almost at the 2-minute warning here for Chicago. They got the ball at the Packers or at the Bears 44-yard line. They call timeout. Green Bay calls a timeout. It's 2 minutes, 7 seconds left. Like LaFleur's, I can't believe he missed that field goal.
What do you think? There's any real talk about LaFleur if they lose this game?
I don't know.
I mean, they could win still for sure, obviously, but
you were up 21-3 at the half, bro, and you went down the field and you made questionable play calls, like trying to get cute with Musgrave there. I didn't like that call one bit. Run the clock out. Make it deep in their own territory. Give your kicker a chance for a closer kick. The weather sucks. Jesus Christ, it's agonizing. I think the Bears are going to try to win this game with a touchdown. I do. I just don't know if it settles for a field goal because the Packers have been just dog shit in the second half offensively. They had the 1 touchdown drive, missed the extra point. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Offset eye, Loveland. Don't cover Loveland, guys. Whatever you do, don't cover him. They run to Swift. He gets to just past midfield. 2-minute warning.
Is this a common theme for the Packers? This is a legitimate question in terms of like coming out, being slow in the second half of games, or is this just a one-off thing?
I think it's just because Parsons isn't there. That whole team has changed since no Parsons, no Wyatt. There's a reason they're 7 seed. They haven't won a game in a month. And now you're doing dumb shit to jeopardize the team. So
yeah, because I was gonna say I hadn't really heard anything about them particularly struggling in the second half of games necessarily. So I was just curious.
So now we got to sit through this 2-minute ads. It's a free timeout for some reason. I hate the 2-minute warning. I do. It's the most pointless thing. It's like a 3-point line. Why do you have a 3-point line in the NBA? In football, if you kick a field goal from 22 yards or 50 yards, it's worth 3 points. But for some reason, if you hit a basket from a certain distance, it's worth an extra point. It's horseshit. Get it out of here. Bobby Knight was right about that.
Cam Little should be making 10 points per kick at this rate.
That's the other thing. Like, they need to change the kickoff rules. Like, they need to stop giving the offense 15 yards to kick these bomb field goals. Like kickers are just too good at it. So to hell with these
Yeah, I mean, and
commercials.
they're hitting from 75 plus in warm up sometimes, depending on the kicker.
We need the Packers defense to make a play here. They've got to make a play here. It's simple as, folks. We need to conjure this into existence. We need Caleb Williams to throw a pick or a fumble. We need a strip sack fumble. We haven't been able to get to this dude all night. He's throwing it to 84. We need a turnover. We need
Fortunately
something.
for you guys, Cairo, while he is accurate, he doesn't have that much of a leg. So if you guys can hold him out, he does not have the strongest leg. So you do have that going for you.
It doesn't matter. McManus missed an extra point and a field goal that would have had us up by 2 touchdowns. Instead, or at least had us up by. It'd be a 2-possession game.
That's I just mean, points. As far as Cairo is concerned, if you guys can just hold him out of, if it's like from 50 or more, I would be a little bit concerned if I was a Bears fan.
I don't know.
Being honest,
we need to stop Caleb Williams. Just gotta get that dude pressure. Get pressure on him. Make him run on his swollen ankle. Like, it's just been mind-boggling. I cannot believe this. It gives 21-3 at the half. The Bears have shown absolute resilience in the second half. Clutch fourth down throws, missed field goals by the Packers. They're in Packer territory. 2-minute warning. The Bears have 1 timeout left. We've got 2 receivers to the left. Komet rolls from right to left, so it's zone coverage. You can see it's man coverage. Komet goes to cover him. The Packers go. They get some pressure on him, but he's going to run. And he throws it. Oh, it's incomplete. DJ Moore. That should have been caught.
This is what happens all the time to Caleb, and people blame him for it.
And the offensive lineman is hurt for the Bears. 75. Hobbled off the field. So now you got to back up lineman.
Game, but won't be.
Like, that throw was on the money. DJ Moore needs to get that. 75 in serious pain. He can't put any weight on his leg.
That's their left tackle, too. Got to wonder if Gary's going
to stop here. 3rd and 4 for the Packers.
I would be putting pressure.
And they just throw a simple out route to DeAndre Swift, and he's going to get in field goal range. Easy. We're not going to cover anybody. We're just going to let that happen.
They need to put pressure. They need to overload the left tackle. Get to Caleb from that way. That's how you're going to win. Put pressure on him from that weak side where they're missing their left tackle now.
Bro, that dude was so open, I could have thrown that pass, and I'm not a fucking NFL player. Easy. Just what are you doing? What are you doing defensively? What are these calls, Halfley? The Bears are in field goal range at worst. 1:48. Caleb Williams got all time. Just going to throw wide open touchdown, Bears. Took the lead. DJ Moore. It's too easy.
So is fucking ridiculous. Did I say anything about this kind of scenario happening?
It's a clown show that this is happening.
Did I say this before the game? I'm trying to remember.
You did.
Not even a shot to you. This is to Deke. Or no, to Isaac in our league, our fantasy league. But there's still time. Jordan Love can still lead a comeback, There's still plenty of hope.
Yeah. They need a touchdown. They can't get a field goal because the kicker missed 2 kicks. So that's crazy.
We'll see if they can hit some explosives. I haven't seen too much of Musgrave. He could be a vertical threat down the seams potentially.
How about don't call a streak to Musgrave when you got the ball in the red zone?
Well,
let's look at the defense here. DJ Moore is so wide open. Like, what is 24 doing?
That's clutch right there.
It's an easy throw. That's bad defense. Game. 24 just gets whooped. Like, there's nothing. Look at that. God damn it.
It's kind of stuff that happens when you have Caleb Williams on your team, though. I'm telling you. It's crazy.
Everybody's blowing up my phone now. Bobby texts me, so he's all right at least. I can't believe this sweetheart just fucking threw that touchdown. Like, I don't know. Now, this kind of shit could cost LaFleur's gig. We're going to see. This is your legacy time, Jordan Love. You're making a ton of money. You need a touchdown.
I believe in Jordan Love. I really like Jordan Love as a quarterback. I think he's also underrated and overly hated.
Just 21-3. We're just choking it. You got one timeout.
Get the ball to Watson here. Get the ball to Golden. Golden's been hot this game.
This is ridiculous. Well, here we go, folks. Fourth quarter. Packers have led a majority of this game. Finally give up the lead. Bears fans are going crazy, as they should. Got trips to the right side. Watson in motion from left to right. Jordan Love, this is your legacy, buddy. Bears fans are going to be insufferable if they win this game. Love, take it easy. Checks it down to Jacobs. And gets about 3 or 4 yards, but you got to get on it. 90 seconds left in the ball game. You got to move. You got to get 6. Hurry up! Like, what are you doing?
Ooh.
2nd and 7 for the Packers. Love, back, stops, throws, incomplete. He's looking for Jaden Reed on the slant route. 3rd and 7 for the Packers. 1 minute, 8 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, that's getting crazy.
Man. You got to get a first down. Don't look for the home run. Get the first down. Where's number 6 at? Because you've been cooking that dude all night long. Third and 7 for the Packers. They got 4 wideouts. Love back. And he throws, and it's incomplete. So it's 4th down. Romeo Doubs just can't catch it. I don't think they're going to get it. I think they folded. I do. Body language says fold.
I don't know, but Isaac was saying how the Panthers were going to win and the Bears were going to lose, and that's and it was more likely. So I find this interesting.
Here we go, 4th and 7. This is the season, Green Bay. It will be an epic choke job, and you deserve all the criticism for it. Losing the fingernails here. You were up 21-3 at the half. 4th down. Golden in motion from right to left. Love is back. He's looking, and he throws. And he does get the catch to Golden, so the season's alive. 1st down for the Packers. 1 minute left in the ball game. That was actually a cool, calm, collected throw for 4th down in the season. So this is the Golden breakout game. You see, that's where you got to attack is number 6. Number 6 can't get there. So 1st and 10 for the Packers. 1 minute exactly left in the ball game. Love back to pass. He's looking, and he throws, and he checks it down to number 81. He gets to midfield. Gets to the Bears 49-yard line, so it's 2nd down, 55 seconds left on the clock. No, 1 timeout left for the Packers. 2nd and 3 for the Packers. I've been talking all that trash in the first half. Thought they were going to just absolutely boat race them, and they just absolutely let me down in the second half.
That's what happens when the Bears lose in the first half of games.
It's on the floor and missed field goals. Like that's 4 points the kicker left on the board. Be a tie football game. Here we are, bunch formation on the right side. 2nd and 3 for the Packers. Love, back, looking, throws it down the middle of the field, and it's incomplete right in the hands of Reed. That should have been a 1st down. 50 seconds left in the game. My phone is lighting up. I'm not looking at it, but I can see it in my peripherals. I'm going to turn it over.
You think it's haters or friends?
I think it's people that know I'm stressing right now. They did this in the Rose Bowl. They only text me when Alabama struggles, believe me.
All right.
All right, 3rd and 3 for the Packers. 50 seconds left on the clock. 1 timeout at the Bears 49-yard line. 4 wide. Love back to pass. There was a quick little slant route to Doubs, but you got to hurry up. 1st down. You got to hurry up. 44 seconds. Tick, tick. Or was that a timeout by the Packers? So the Packers take their final timeout, 44 seconds left in the game. 31-27, the Bears finally took the lead late in the game. Ben Johnson's bitch ass is over there flexing. Like, I cannot believe this.
He knew what the
Cannot.
outcome was going to be.
Huh?
He knew what the outcome was going to be.
I mean, you can't just blow a 21-3 lead. Like, you can't do it. It's play calling. That Musgrave
Yeah,
call, I'm still mad about it. Like, why did
at
you
least
do that?
at least the Falcons still have a worse lead blown.
I mean, that's true, but nonetheless, you know,
Actually, the Vikings had some crazy comeback. I forget it was like 31 points or something.
Love back to
Couple years
pass.
back.
He's looking, and he throws it in the middle of the field, and he's got Reed, and they're at the 22-yard line. Now they got to spike it. 30 seconds left. Hurry up! Quit looking at the sideline. Oh, there's an injury. So there's going to be a 10-second runoff.
That's unfortunate.
So who got injured on the play?
Is it an offensive lineman?
He had Golden for a touchdown.
Who's hurt?
It's offensive lineman 75, their center.
Ooh. They better start getting those reps in on how much time they have between the
The
backup
clock's
center and
be running. 32 seconds left. He's seriously injured, though, because he's still down. I mean, you're hurt. Like, 22 seconds left in the game.
This is crazy.
The Bears should have never come back in this game. This is an
Yeah,
indictment on the floor a little bit for this play calling in the second half, getting cute and getting fancy.
if he wins
Letitia-
this game, Ben Johnson's beating them twice a year. Comment stands.
He can't put any weight on his legs, so he'll definitely be out the rest of the game. 22 seconds left. But the Packers have a chance here. But you got to get 6. You got to make it happen. This is a clutch time, baby. Let's go. Let's make it happen. No timeouts left. The backup center's in there. We got everybody and their mama injured. Packers have the ball at the 22-yard line of Chicago. 20 seconds. Tick. Snap the ball. Snap the ball. Love is back. He's looking. And he throws in the middle of the field. And it's incomplete. That was almost interception. Looking for Watson. 13 seconds left in the clock. Jesus Christ. You got to start taking your shots here. Whatever you do, I know you've got a lead on me. You've got to keep a straight face and don't react. You've got to let me react since you're the future man right now.
I got you, man.
2nd and 10 for the Packers here. They need about 22 yards to score a touchdown. So time's more of a factor than the downs on this play. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Empty. Love. 23-yard line, I'm sorry. And there is a false start. But there's no runoff there because it was an incomplete pass. How do you get a false start? God damn it. Like, what are you doing? Like, there's a reason we're the 7 seed this year. Like, it's just shit like this. 13 seconds left in the game, 2nd and long. Caleb Williams on the sideline. I was talking shit about how he's going to go to Cancun. But evidently, that might not be the case. Empty backfield. Love drops back. Bears only rushing 3. Love steps up. And he throws it, and he gets hit as he's thrown. Is it incomplete? There's 3 seconds left. So what was the penalty? Or what was the play here? Is it a fumble forward? That's a fumble. All right, 7 seconds. So they called it incomplete pass. So it's 2 shots to the end zone. Realistically, we're looking at 2 shots to the end zone here. You can't hold the ball too long. Bears playing prevent defense. Come on. We need some Packers magic here. This is a ridiculous choke job. They don't get it. And Love drops the snap. Picks it up. Looks, time's going to run out. This is the game. And Love throws it up. And it's incomplete. Fuck the Bears. This fruity tooty, fresh and fruity fingernail fuck is going to go to the divisional. I'm going to have to hear this shit at work on fucking Monday. What a ridiculous choke job. Matt LaFleur is going to hear it from the press. Like, you blew that game with your stupid play calling in the fourth quarter there. Unbelievable. Incredible. So not only did I see Alabama get their ass kicked in a Rose Bowl, I had to watch this garbage. Jesus Christ. I can't believe this shit. This fucking Fruit Loop was going to go to the fucking next round.
That guy was telling me I was that guy. Oh my goodness.
For fuck's sake. Fuck the Bears. Clown school. They're going to host another playoff game, though, in the divisional. They'll either get Philadelphia if they win, and if Philadelphia doesn't win, then they'll get um, the Rams. So if Philly wins, they'll go to Chicago. But if the
I do want to
49ers
say, I do want to say, to be fair, and to your point, like you mentioned earlier, and like I mentioned before too, when Parsons is in the game, this is a different game. I think when you get him, obviously ACL tears, how ready will you be immediately? How effective will you be? But once he gets back from that, you guys are a completely different team. You can rush four and get serious pressure. I mean, you can't really do anything when you just all of a sudden go from being able to rush forward to not being able to do that effectively.
got some comments here. I'm sorry, brother. Hey, man, listen, you got to finish. You're up 21-3. That's a choke job. That's just terrible play calling.
We're leading with Caleb behind in the game. Like, that's what happens when Caleb Williams is behind in a game. Like, you wanted to be losing, you would come back and win. I'm telling you, it's dumb as it sounds.
My phone is so lit up that we can power the fucking United States of America. I got 35 notifications talking all that shit. So the Bears were down 18 points, came back to win it. Amazing. Incredible. It's the funniest shit. I don't even care about the NFL playoffs anymore at this point because that's just ridiculous. You were up 21-3. You had people crying at the half, and then you just choke it. Let's hear what the sweetheart has to say.
I'm trolling in the league chat already. I called it. I called both. I just thought it was funny. And I mean, it could have gone either way.
I mean, you got to give it to the Bears. Like, they didn't quit. Second most points in any quarter of a postseason game, 25, most since 1940.
If you're a Packers fan, though, you really have to be encouraged by Golden today. Like, he played really well. That's good for the future, man.
I'm going to close the game because I can't even look at it anymore without getting sick. But, you can't be up 21-3 and blow it. I mean, I hope that the Packers take that in the offseason and really use it as something for motivation for the second half. But nonetheless, it's just an embarrassing loss. It's embarrassment. Like, you had them on the ropes and you're missing field goals. Like, McManus will probably get run out of town. His 4 points are the difference. He missed the field goal. He missed the extra point. Like, you can't be missing kicks. It's just absolutely brutal. So, nonetheless, with that being said, do you have anything you want to promote before we get out of here? We have 34 viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in to Justin Paul Sports. What's your anything you want to promote on your channel? What do you got coming up?
Well, I want to promote Justin Paul Sports. Thank you for doing this with me. It was fun. Good banter back and forth. Could have gone either way. In all seriousness, though, as a Packers fan, all you Packers fans, you have a lot to look forward to once this team's actually healthy. I mean, you dealt with so many injuries. This would have been a completely different game for you.
So, well,
future's bright.
No Wyatt, no Parsons, no Kraft. I mean, and a secondary that just, I don't know what that play calling there was, that soft zone. Caleb Williams just dissected it and didn't get any pressure on him the whole game. Rashawn Gary, thanks for coming. Your season's out of here. You're out of here for sure. So no turnovers really. I mean, Caleb Williams had the interception in the first half, but I don't know what changed offensively to cause that loss. So that's just a brutal loss. So congratulations to Bears fans. I mean, good luck in the second round, but I honestly couldn't give a shit what y'all do. I think you're a hot pile of garbage. I mean, you got the win tonight against the 7 seed, so everybody's sending me pictures, boy. That shit is crazy. Y'all never text me unless you want something or you want to rub something in on me. So I've had a few beverages, so it's just pretty funny that people text me for all this nonsense. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off. It is 9:40 on my time zone. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Fantasy Football Strategist, for signing in and joining us. And thank you for the 33 viewers. Thanks for the Grossy Bomb. And we will see you next time on Justin Paul Sports.